Damn.
All right.
Just start doing the thing, and I'll do the rest of the things.
Very good. I'm also just getting your thing up so that I am supporting.
Get to your tweet, Draeneth.
All right. So, welcome back after quite a long break. It was a few weeks.
Hardly
Dorks in danger and such.
Hmm.
And apparently we have a nice new overlay.
We do. Look at it. It's everywhere.
Came out of nowhere.
All right. So who remembers where we left off?
I do.
We didn't die.
We didn't die.
Finished clearing out the dead Thamper's villa.
The dead Thambers, yes.
The
So-
ones that got away are like, oh, they're gonna be brought in for justice.
You continued your investigation of the dungeon below the Van Thamper Villa, and you found a few more of the cultists, it seemed, that were staying underneath the villa itself. And you also discovered Thavius Krieg, the High Overseer of Elturel, who you had suspicions that was being held here, to what circumstance you did not know, in the Van Thamper Villa. And it turned out that the High Overseer had given up his following of the god Torm and had fallen from grace and was actively working with Lady Van Thamper in trying to take control of the city. And you don't know to what degree the Overseer had in terms of Elturel's fate, but you believe that likely he might have had something to do with it, or at least had known about it. As Rhea Mounsamorn, the individual, the knight that said they hailed from Elturel, was distraught after the Thavius Krieg had given up that he no longer followed Torm, and that he was working with the devil, it seemed. Then, before you had a chance to really apprehend him and question him, he seemed to take some sort of poison and committed suicide, killing himself before you were able to gather any more information than what you already had.
Not before we could try every single method to save him.
Yes, that is true.
Including
You tried-
lay on hands.
You finished looking through the dungeon, and you did find a few other prisoners as well there. A Satyr Hune and a Philaster Fisk. Satyr Hune being part of the Hune family of patriarchs here in the city, a very powerful group that was known to oppose the Van Thampers in many political endeavors. And Philaster Fisk, a human saying that they hail from Candle Keep, a massive library of knowledge to the south of Baldur's Gate, stating that they were there investigating signs of the Infernal in Baldur's Gate, and they had their own suspicions of possible dark dealings going on in the city. Unfortunately, they got a little too close and they were captured, it seemed. Upon noticing the party had claimed a shield that Thavius Krieg himself was looking into, which I should go into that as well. Almost forgot about that. A shield that apparently housed a entity within it, which spoke telepathically to you all, stating that its name was Ganyal and that it was a divine being trapped in an infernal prison, and that it seeked to be released so that it could continue its mission. You guys took the shield with you, finally exited the dungeon with the prisoners, before being reunited with the rest of the staff of the Van Thamper Villa in the kitchen, where a familiar face greeted you as well, who I'm at the very moment right now blanking.
Captain Zodge.
Captain Zodge, yes, thank you. Or Captain Zodge met with you, and you debriefed him on the situation. And right before you were to be sort of let go, another figure walked into the room. A very tall and intimidating woman who went by the name of Commander Portier, who was one of the commanders of the Flaming Fist, who resided in apparently a fortress or some sort of other position somewhere else in the world, far, far away, who has somehow managed to get to Baldur's Gate after hearing of its plight rather quickly, most likely by magical means. She saw to it that you were all compensated more properly for your work, as well as told you that it would be a good idea for you to take your findings to Candlekeep. But it wasn't necessary. It was of your own volition, for you were thrown into this situation, and some of you against your will. But you were told that if you wish to continue doing some good work and maybe going on an adventure, that you were to continue on to Candlekeep, and you would be allowed through the lockdown of the city and let outside whenever you were ready to leave. You were told you should leave within the week, or the 10-day, I should say. With that, you all exited the villa and were left out into the night, quite late in the night now, and headed back towards your preferred place of rest. So, is there any place else you guys would like to stop, or anything you'd like to do before we head off to what would be your long rest and your level ups?
Are we doing anything with this cat?
Yeah, it's kind of stuck.
The Tressum, Houdini, you had somewhat forgotten about, and was actually, when you thought about that, you looked behind you, and it was just tailing you, kind of walking along down the street along with you.
I don't know what to do with this cat. If we're gonna be going into somewhere dangerous, I'd hate to get a poor little guy like this hurt.
I mean,
The Tressum kind of just like looks up at you and just.
Oh, you're too cute. I hate it.
I could speak with animals, but that would be a spell slot.
Oh, you don't do that.
Well, we're about to do.
doesn't really have anywhere else to go,
That's
to
true.
be honest.
Well,
And I mean, it's a cat. How much harm could it really do?
well, I'm not worried about it doing harm. I'm worried about it coming to harm. That's all. But yeah, all right. Tag along with us.
Doesn't
for a
really
little
have a
while.
home anymore.
Yeah. But maybe we'll find somewhere better for him along the way. But yeah, I guess you can just tag along with us then.
Houdini kind of just like, stretches out its wings a little bit and then just licks its paw and just looks back, looks at you guys expectantly, just seemingly content with following.
We headed towards the tavern?
Would
Or-
we go?
Okay. Perhaps a new home for Houdini?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Better idea than I could come up with.
I don't disagree. I know. How late is it?
It's pretty late into the evening at this point. Not quite like super early morning, but if I was to say in like our times, it'd be like 1 or 2 in the morning, probably. So you guys are all quite tired. It's been a long day.
And there are no shops open.
I mean, if you're looking for a shop that's open, you can search for one if you'd like. What kind of shop are you looking for?
Sorcerer's Sundries. It's probably not open at 2 in the morning.
I'm
Well,
looking
if you-
for a regular tea shop.
Okay.
Would the lycanthropy shop be open? If that's how you pronounce it. Lycanthropy, there we go.
Like you need to buy some lycanthropy?
No, this would be the time for it to be open.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I'd like to swing by Sorcerer's Sundries just to see if it's open. Because I do need a couple things to resummon my bird still.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me as you're walking through the streets there, Rue. See if you can spot another tea shop.
All right.
Speaking of which, Gaz, do you still have some tea left?
I still have the whole water skin of tea because you never told me to drink from it.
It's assumed that I was assuming you were drinking from it occasionally. There was supposed to be 10 cups in there, right? If I recall.
I don't remember.
I think it was something like that.
I got it maybe written here. It's 4 pints of liquid. You be the judge if after the adventure I still have some left.
I'll say you have a little bit left.
Okay.
Enough to get you through the evening.
And so I never had to make like a saving throw, so I'm just like an addict now.
Well, currently you are placating your addiction, so to speak. So you do not need to make any saving throws.
Okay. So how much do I have left? I'm sorry.
17? Okay. You swing by Sorcerer Sundries. Unfortunately, it does seem like it's closed up.
Yeah, I figured. Well, back to the elf song then. I'll deal with that in the morning.
Ooh. Gaz.
Yeah.
With your passive perception.
Actually, I am not with the group, just saying. Directly on the way to the hideout. I'm not joining the group. I'm meeting the handler.
And question, you do have the puzzle box still with you, correct? Okay.
That's true.
Got it. Just making sure.
Okay.
All right. Gaz splits off with the rest of the party before you make it to as you make it to Sorcerer Sundries. Well, Nor would still probably get this because they rolled real bad. When you approach Sorcerer's Sundries, Nor, you kind of notice out of the corner of your eye, sort of down the alley next to the shop. You kind of notice a few dark figures. Can't really make them out too much, but they seem to be just conversing down the alley.
They like eyeing us?
Nope. They seem to be just in conversation. They seem to be just in quiet, hushed conversation.
And the reason why I notice is because there's not many people out.
It seems a little odd. I mean, it is the dead of night, and they're just standing outside, outside in a dark, very secluded alley next to the store, and seem to be conversing. You cannot make out who they are. It's a little too dark for that. You'd have to either get a lot closer, if you wanted to. Currently, you're like in the street, and you kind of just glance off, and you see the figures in the alley as you walk by, so you know they're there. But if you wanted to like listen into their conversation, you'd have to get a little bit closer, or if you wanted to see who they were.
Nor probably wouldn't pay too much mind to it. Just something to like keep in the periphery of his thoughts.
Okay. Unfortunately, Sorcerer Sundries is closed. It does not appear to be open. Lights are off. And the doors are shuttered.
Well, that's fine. We should all probably turn in anyway. I was just hoping on the off chance that I could get my bird back. Alright, okay. Let's head.
So is everyone else returning to the Elf Song Tavern?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do this evening? Before
Was I able to find that tea shop or no?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Unfortunately, as you were going by, you didn't see any tea shops in this part of the city that you noticed.
Alright.
It is quite dark, and maybe this isn't quite the area for the tea shop. It is in the sort of it's up. I haven't marked where the store is in this city, but it is actually not too far from like around the bathhouse and Shrine of Suffering area. So it is up in the northern part of Heapside. So most of the sort of restaurant-y kind of stuff is going on is mostly in Eastway. So you didn't find anything around here, unfortunately.
Alright.
Anything else you guys would like to do this evening before we call it for the night?
Probably the kitchen is probably closed at this point, right? In the
Of the tavern?
Yeah.
When you guys do arrive at the tavern, the lights there are still some dim lights on, and you do see what appears to be a different individual, not the normal proprietor of the tavern himself. I'm also blanking on his name at the moment. The proprietor himself of the tavern, but seemingly maybe someone who takes over on the night shift. The tavern floor is empty. There's no one inside. You just see the metal, bouncer. To be a animated armor known as Kleeck, who just stands stoically by the door, and that's about it. The man at the bar kind of nods as you enter, recognizing you all.
Good evening.
Evening.
Is,
Coming back pretty late tonight.
Been one hell of a day.
Are you still serving?
Kitchen's
drinks?
closed, but if you want a drink, could probably provide that.
Yeah, I would like to have an ale if you.
No problem. He pulls out a mug and goes to the keg underneath the bar and gives you a nice mug of ale, or stein of ale, whatever it is.
Is there a fire going in the tavern?
There's a small one going in the fireplace. Nothing serious. It's just for a little bit of like ambient light, so it's not completely dark.
Is there like any tools to like manage the fire there?
There is some spare wood there, and the typical fire poker, as well as a bellows, in order to maintain the fire. So if you want to
go over there
stoke it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go stoke the fire, and I'm gonna stick some of the meat I got from those boars in the Van Thamper cellar, and stick it on the end and start cooking it a little bit.
Sure. All right. Easy enough. The bartender doesn't seem to mind too much. He doesn't say anything.
How much?
There's a couple of pretty nice armchairs that are right in front of the fire, which you can sit at as you cook your boar meat.
I'm gonna sit in just a heap of exhaustion and just cook some fucking meat.
How much was the ale?
Ale is going to be like 6 copper.
Well, I'm going to go fix my arms up and turn in for the night. So, see you all in the morning, I think.
I am attempting to down the ale in one swing.
In a one go?
Yeah.
Okay, make a constitution saving throw for me.
Every time.
Really hoping when I eat this meat, I'm not gonna have
A
to make a
6.
Constitution saving.
A 6. You start drinking, and you get to like a quarter of the way through the mug, and then you start to get that kind of like choking feeling, and you have to stop. You don't make it.
That's a pretty weak performance.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Theraden's just walking upstairs. He's just going to go to his room. He's gonna close the door, probably get rid of the rest of the bandages on his arms that have burned up, and then he's going to sit on the bed, and he's going to pull out that Apocalyptica book that he got, and he's just going to read through that for a while before he would fall asleep.
Okay. Yes, I think I remember you coming across that.
Shit.
The Apocalypse.
A book that very poetically speaks about the end of the multiverse.
Yes, that's it. I knew it was that. I just had to make sure I was correct. So yeah, it's an interesting read. In some ways, a little. You can tell that the individual is likely has a colorful personality. Whoever wrote this, as I believe it had no author, if I
Yeah.
recall.
Did not say by whom.
It spoke of many, countless ways the world could end, through divine means, through invasion of another plane of existence, through the coming of vampire lords, or the rise of Tiamat once again. Countless ways on how the world could end. All more crazy than the last. An interesting read.
I read as much as I can in 10, 15, 20 minutes before just passing out with the book on my chest.
Yeah, I would. If there is a seat left at the fireplace, I would just sit there and drink the ale, and then probably passing out.
It's right there on the floor next to the fire.
No, on
In the chair.
On the chair.
Oh,
I mean,
oh, gotcha. Yeah, whenever this meat gets to the point that it's like rare, we're just gonna completely devour it very quickly and messily. And by the time she's done, she'll make her way upstairs. I think we're still sharing a room, Theraden, I believe. Yep. So she'll head
There
up.
is only 2 rooms available in the inn. The third, which is apparently a large room, is currently being occupied the entire time you guys have been here.
By whom? We
Yeah.
don't know.
You don't know by who.
But you'd come in and just find...
Also, quick retcon as well. Philaster Fisk, as you reach the tavern, would have told you guys, well, I'm going to bid you all adieu for now. I'll come by the tavern every day, so whenever you're ready, I'll show up here at some point, and we can make plans for when you're ready to leave for Candlekeep.
Sounds perfect.
It'll likely be a few days. I think some of us were interested
Also,
in that tournament or arena.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Yes. Is anyone who had the flyer?
That was
I had the
Gasz.
flyer, but I gave it
Gasz.
to Taldren. I don't know if he kept it or gave it.
I kept it. Pretty
I just noted down.
If you do pull out the flyer and you look at it, you see it details a afternoon and evening of entertainment at what is known as the Pockmark Arena, which is said to reside in the Wide, which you know is to be a very large, open, wide space in the upper city of Baldur's Gate. You had passed briefly through it somewhat when you were going through Baldur's Gate, the actual gate called that, on your way to the Vanthamper Villa. The event is set to take place not this day, but the day after, and it seems to have a few different events going on. Just grabbing my notes here. First of which being a performance by some sort of musical performance, and the following being 3 separate matches of varying amusement.
Amuse me.
Where
It's vague.
it is said that it describes sort of it being insinuates that it is some sort of pit fighting against you. They're quite vague at that part as to what, and the survivors, if they survive, get a monetary reward. The first match, apparently, the monetary reward, whoever signed up for it, is 500 gold. The second being 1,000 gold, and the third being 2,000 gold.
God, money.
I like money.
I know, give me the money. Anyway.
So, beyond that is pretty much all the information given. It says that it begins in the afternoon on the 4th bell of the city's tower, because the city's clock. It doesn't have a clock tower, but it has a tower with a bell that rings every hour. So on the 4th bell in the afternoon, the day after tomorrow.
Good to know.
Yeah, we'll likely be entering that. If we're going to be heading to Candlekeep, I believe it was, we're going to need supplies, especially if this gets a bit more hectic
Oh yeah.
than it already has been. And I would pass that along to, oh shit, I'm drawing a blank. What was her name? Rhea?
Rhea.
Ray Mantlemore.
Yeah.
She's been quietly following you guys along and followed you guys all the way to the inn.
Okay.
And is just she seated herself in one of the booths and is just quietly sitting there to herself.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
I would absolutely let her know, like, she has probably
She kind of
2-3 days to unwind and kind of
kinda-
gather yourself before we head out.
without looking up at you, she just simply states, "Whenever you're ready to go, I'll be ready. I'll spend my time here, likely in the inn. Or somewhere around the city. If I don't see you, I'll find you here. If you don't see me, I'll be here at some point."
If I don't know how fast the handler is going to be at the high, but if she's going to take her time, if she's going to take a bit of time, Gasz will eventually get sort of bored, and maybe his curiosity is getting the better of him, and he will actually start fiddling with the puzzle box.
Okay. I'm just gonna. Is anyone else doing anything? Because Gaz's thing is gonna be the last thing I'm gonna do this evening.
Okay. I just wanted to see if Theraden was awake when I went back to the room.
How long after he had gone upstairs would it have been?
She cooked some meat, she ate it, and she came upstairs.
So 10 minutes or so?
15
15.
minutes, 20 minutes.
So he's probably got the, like, slowly nodding off, like, kind of trying to keep reading but halfway asleep kind of thing when you come in.
Has he already rewrapped his arms?
No, they're completely unwrapped at the moment.
So Rue will just kind of, she'll knock on the door first, but she won't wait to open it. She's just like a little warning, just like coming in. She opens the door and she sees him there reading, kind of looks at him and glances back between him and his arms and kind of gives like a curious glance, but doesn't really press him about it, and gets in bed. Looks at him and sighs and just, it's quite the day we had today.
You did very good. For the fact that the last time I saw you, you were just a child, it's impressive to see how far you've come.
I've definitely learned a lot since the last time you saw me, but doesn't feel like enough. That was closer than I wanted it to be.
Same. That was not fun. Not good at all. But we got out and we dealt with some really bad people. And I am very sore.
Candlekeep, huh?
It's amazing
How
how...
far is it?
I don't know. Couple days travel,
Make
probably.
Make a I'll say an intelligence check, because you probably see it being one of your destinations. You probably would have known it where it is on the map. So just an intelligence check to see if you can recall exactly.
15.
15? Take you about 10 days to travel. It is roughly about 250 miles to the south.
10 day, I guess.
You still intend to complete your business there?
Well, it is why I came to this part of this area in the first place. And he just kind of holds one of his arms up and just looks over all the scars. This is...
What is that?
You remember when I told you that my past is not something I try to remember and try to dwell on? Well, this is one way that it continues to remind me. It's not something you need to worry that much about, but all you need to know is I'm working on it.
Sorry, you said what?
All you need to know, it's not something to worry about, and I'm working on it. That's all.
So I take it they're more than scars, then?
Some of them are just cuts and bites. Well, I mean, even you can see that looks like a rune of some sort. All of this looks like it's all purposefully put there for some bloody reason.
You don't know?
No. To put it frankly, I know I don't. But all I do know is that over the last couple days, like that new spell that came out of my hands when we were fighting, incinerated the bandages, came out of the runes in my arm. And I knew they were tied to my magic, but obviously it's a little more than just that.
Do you know anything about the runes? What language are they written in?
Looks like old magical script. Some of the stuff that my old mentor used to try and teach me. So, but it's not any spells in particular. It's not anything that makes sense. It's just symbols.
And you just, woke up one day and they were there?
I'm very tired, and this is a story for a different day.
I apologize.
Don't trouble yourself too much with my past. It's not a problem. We just need to get to Candlekeep, and I'm sure the path will become much clearer.
I apologize for pressing, but just let me know if there's anything I can do. I owe you so much, and I want to see you safe.
And are you?
As safe as it can get as a monster hunter, anyway.
Yes, well, my whole goal is to make other people feel safe, regardless of my personal well-being, but I do appreciate you. No, we will speak of this perhaps when it's a better time, and I know more.
All right. You get your rest, Theraden, and I'll do the same.
Sleep well, Rue. And he just kind of covers his face with one arm and passes out almost immediately.
On top of the book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Book on
she
face,
gets in the bed and
arm on book.
curls up. All right.
Is anybody else at the tavern doing anything?
I would just sleep wherever I'm able, whether there's a room for me.
There is one spare room left. It has a single bed in it, which you could definitely rent out if you wanted to. Otherwise, the man behind the bar simply says you're welcome to sleep wherever you can, put whatever you can, fit yourself here in the tavern proper.
Is there like a nice chair anywhere, like next to the fire? Or...
In the front of the fire, there's a pair of armchairs, which are reasonably comfy.
Yes, I will. I'll sit myself down to one of those.
I'm snoring, by the way.
Oh lord.
Perfect.
And yeah, you do notice that, like, in some corners of the room, sort of like passed out at tables or in chairs, are likely other tavern goers. There's only a couple of them, probably. One of them is snoring kind of lightly to themselves, but they seem to be, passed out in a stupor at this point. And this is not something, you take it, this is not uncommon for as you guys have stayed here a couple nights already, this is not uncommon for this establishment, that a few people tend to stay the night. And they're nice enough not to charge them unless they wanted a room.
This is what my meditation has prepared me for, to block out the snoring.
Block out the snoring, yep.
So, really the only thing Nor wants to do is, Theraden has a fair amount of spell books that we've gotten in dungeons, and there's also identifying the mace that he got, but he doesn't bother him with that since he looked really tired, and he'll do it in the morning, so he just sits by the fire and dozes off.
Okay.
The only thing I would do is, once people have started tucking in or falling asleep, is just head over to the barracks to grab stuff out of whatever bunk or, inventory I would have had there. Probably just his veal, and then head back to the tavern.
Okay.
Since he's not technically part of the watch anymore.
That's no
Or not the
problem.
watch,
They
but-
easy enough. They let you go into your previous quarters and grab everything. What's left.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything to anybody. Doesn't seem like he has any goodbyes to say. Just grabbing stuff and heading back. More important things.
A few of the guards there that are doing their night watch, kind of just see you go by and they just nod, kind of knowing that, seeing as you grab your things, that this is probably your goodbye. But
Give
none
him
of
at
them
least
really.
a little bit of a salute.
Yeah. All right. And Kibnaak, you said you're just already asleep, passed out at a table or something like that?
Passed out in an armchair by the fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's been passed out.
Okay, so two people in the armchairs, and Kleeck, you went and grabbed your stuff and then went back to the tavern as well and took a spot
Yep.
somewhere.
To keep watch. And
Alright.
probably, pass out.
Yep. All right. Gasz,
Mm-hmm.
after you split off from the party, you make your way back towards your small little hideout that you call home.
Mm-hmm.
And you said after you wait for a bit and you get a little impatient, you said take a look at the puzzle. The puzzle
Yeah.
box, correct?
Yeah, it's really if he will stay awake, hoping that because he's very anxious to meet her now, thinking about what she promised to him. And so he will stay awake, hoping that she will appear like in an hour or two. And if she doesn't like in an hour or something, he will start to get bored and actually start to examine the puzzle box.
It does take a bit. You arrive and you kind of get yourself comfortable. You grab a few snacks, finish up the last of the tea that you had.
Mhm.
And an hour goes by, hour and a half, and then if you decide to, you can take a look at the puzzle box.
Yeah, I want to examine it.
All right, give me one quick second. Let's go all the way back here to find that stupid item.
It's not stupid, it's very special to me.
Yes, very special.
There are many like it, but this one's mine.
Here we go. Here it is. Okay. So, the puzzle box itself appears to be it's a cube-shaped container, about 5 to 6 inches on each side. there seems to be lots of complex interlocking parts made of some sort of metallic material you're not familiar with. It weighs about 3 pounds. Shaking it experimentally, you don't hear anything. There's no rattles or movement in it or anything inside. It almost, for all you know, the box could itself be empty. You do see some features of it that seem to be carved, not metallic. Perhaps maybe of bone or horn. You're not sure.
Yeah, looking at it, examining it from every side. First, just with my eyes, then I start to push at things, try to move them, try to... If some pieces like slide in or like are able to be turned or something, I'm gonna try that. It's just starting to like fiddle around with it.
Are you actually attempting to open it?
If it looks like, you know, like a container, if it looks actually like a puzzle.
You can tell that it is, especially you have a pretty decent passive investigation. Yeah, you have 14. You can definitely tell that it is a puzzle, that whatever this box is, you can open it, but you believe it's going to be quite difficult.
Well, he's going to try.
Beyond that, you really don't know.
Well, he's certainly going to try.
Okay. Let me just make a quick roll first.
I'm going to die.
Yay! New characters.
Yay! Hey, Taldren, can I get your paladin?
All right, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
I will. Investigation. Oh no, it's a natural one. Oh no. I'm too tired. I cannot figure this out. I got a 5 in total.
All right. You start to move parts. You pull a small little spring here, and then a lever comes out on one side, and you pull that, and you slide a thin piece of metal over, revealing another button. You press the button, then you twist it, and then the entire object just twists, almost like a Rubik's Cube, revealing other buttons and switches and features. And you quickly realize, oh, this is just way too much for me, as you just idly just turn different features of the box. And then when you depress one side of it, the whole object just locks into place all of a sudden, and none of the parts move.
Huh.
And then it slowly starts to vibrate in your hand.
And then
all of a sudden you start to feel a ear-splitting whine in your head, and it just grows louder and louder.
I'm gonna just immediately drop it and get away from it.
At this point, it already doesn't matter, as your head feels like it's about to explode. And I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh boy.
If only I were there.
That's 17.
17? Buddy, you're lucky.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Will the DM tell us what happens if he failed that?
He's taking half damage instead of full damage.
Oh god. He was counting dice.
Yeah.
10, 11, 12.
Yeah, it's 12d something.
Hello?
This is why you don't open puzzle boxes. They hurt.
Yes. Oh god.
Evil.
No.
Oh no.
Please be D4.
This makes me think of that meme you sent the other day, Deriaz.
6.
Yup.
7.
Oh my god, stop.
Oh god.
He has 23 HP?
2 hours later.
43 points of psychic damage. Halved.
Yeah,
Half.
I'm down.
So that's
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, I
points
only
of
have
psychic
15.
damage.
I have 15 HP left. Unconscious in that case.
So you
I'm dying.
just have the worst pain as you can feel blood pouring out of your nose and ears, and it's just too much, and you just collapse to the floor.
Okay.
An unknown amount of time passes for you as you're just completely out before suddenly consciousness comes back to you. And you open your eyes and you still have an awful headache. The worst you've probably ever had in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of kind of come to and you feel a hand kind of on your chest. And you sort of gather yourself and you look up and you see the familiar shrouded face of the handler.
I'm confused. I look around and actually, the moment I'm getting like a little bit more clear in my head, I'm actually gonna look for the puzzle box. If it's somewhere
You
around
immediately
still.
start to look around for you, and it is just beside you on the floor.
I'm gonna reach for it.
The handler kind of, his hand goes up and just stops yours, and just says, "I think that's enough. Playing with that already seems to have almost cost you your life."
I don't know what happened. I'm very sorry. I shouldn't have touched it. I don't feel so good.
She just nods as she puts a little she just puts a couple of bottles down on the floor that she was holding in her other hand. You assume she likely healed you and brought you back.
Do I get full HP, or do I get something in between?
You are going to get 1 second. How many D4s for those? I got 3. I'll just roll another one after.
I'm gonna do a short be right back, just for a second.
You gain 17 HP back.
That's very nice. 17.
It's alright. It is only natural one would be curious to look at it as a strange object. But
What is-
as you've probably noticed, if one fails to solve it, it has a costly price.
It is very curious. But I'll promise I will not touch it again. Actually, it's yours now. I don't want it.
She just kind of seems to chuckle underneath her breath a little bit. You've done very well. Honestly,
Yeah.
exceeded my expectations.
I did everything you asked me to do. And
That
you
and
promised
more.
me something.
That we did. I've heard of the fate of Lady Van Thampo, as well as that of the High Overseer, which was in her care. Not only did you retrieve the puzzle box, but you also helped find quite a bit of incriminating evidence against the Van Thampo family. A good thing for your friends, for if they didn't, they'd likely be facing the gallows for murdering one of the Council of Four.
Oh yeah,
But
I believe so too.
all
but
is
it-
well.
So what is going to happen now? Are you going to tell me where my clan is?
I'm looking into it. We will honor that agreement. And like before, you aren't bound. You are free to do as you please. You did us a favor. And we will do one in kind.
How am I? Am I supposed to wait in the city?
What you choose to do is up to you. we will, one way or another, regardless of where you go, as long as you're on this plane, we will contact you.
How can I be sure of that?
Have to just take our word for it. But I have never lied to you yet. Besides, what do you have to lose? You've already lost everything.
I will trade the box for the information. So you're not going to betray me. I will never be betrayed again.
We are not. And as she kind of reaches over and picks up the box and just holds it in front of you and then just kind of places it in your lap. You intend to go with them, don't you? That group?
I wouldn't know what to do otherwise. So
Take the box. It likely has some connection to what's been happening here and possibly what's happened to El Turl.
I am confused. You wanted me to get it. And you're just giving it back to me.
We've been watching the Vanthampers for quite a while. We had suspicions that the Llama seeked to overthrow Duke Ravengard, and our suspicions were correct. When we saw the High Overseer, as well as other interesting individuals being taken to the villa, and we saw the puzzle box, we believed it possibly to be some sort of threat to the city. A weapon, perhaps, or a key to one, we didn't know. And that is what drew our attention. For it was not a normal object. And as you probably tell, it definitely isn't. But whatever it's used for, whatever's inside of it, it is not something that we can hope to deal with. And we would need outside help.
So you want me to bring it to Candlekeep?
Yes. If there's anything that will help figure out what is going on, I believe Candlekeep would be the best place to go. Between that shield you all found and this puzzle box, hopefully you'll find some clues. I suppose it would help you a little bit to finally know who I am or who we are. And it's at this point you notice another figure appear. And another. And another. From different parts of this little warehouse of yours. All identical. All the same feminine shape. Shrouded in a veil.
How is this possible? Gus jumps up, alarmed, looking around. Being a little bit, still a little bit shaky. Problems holding his balance. Head is aching.
We are protectors of the city and of its continued existence. Baldur's Gate has been threatened by many awful things throughout its history. And at some point, our little organization came to be. We look after the well-being of the city in every way possible. We have no affiliation to any one individual or group. We simply wish to make sure the city continues to thrive and exist.
I don't think I really understand this, but
it's all right. All you need to know is that you helped me, us, and the city. And I believe that the threat isn't over. And if this group that you're with continues to pursue this lead, I believe you are also in a way helping Baldur's Gate. So,
do you think Baldur's Gate is still in danger?
Baldur's Gate is always in danger. whether from within its own walls or from without of them.
I will do what I can. And I do hope to hear back from you very soon.
You'll hear from us, do not worry. We'll find where your clan is. Information gathering is quite savvy. Regardless of what part of the world we're looking to find information from. It may take some time, a few weeks, but we'll find them.
Guess not. And then he looks around looking for like some source of light, like a window or something. How long was I away? How long was I out?
Not long.
Is it still dark outside?
I guess it's still dark outside, but you could tell maybe that there's a slight hint of light coming in, but of it starting to peek out from where you believe the horizon to be. But it is still quite dark, so you guess very, very, very early morning.
I think I should join the others if you don't need anything of me anymore.
You're free to go. This may be the last time we see each other, but we thank you. And all of the figures, the shrouded figures, all sort of bow, or kind of lower their heads and bow towards you.
Gasz seems really uncomfortable with that. He's looking around like expecting something bad to happen any moment.
You're free to continue using this space whenever you please.
Oh,
Good luck.
That is very, very generous of you. I will. And thank you.
They all just nod in unison as the one in front of you gets up and just backs away. And they all start to slowly go kind of around corners and behind boxes out of sight. And slowly over the course of about a handful of seconds, they all just disappear without a sound.
Yeah, I guess it's taking a little look through the warehouse, seeing if like some of them are maybe hiding in a box or something.
Make a perception check.
Kind of ruining the moment for them. Oh no, it's an 8. I have a headache.
Yeah, no, don't see anything. Your head hurts. You're really tired right now. Some sleep sounds nice.
Okay, I will get some sleep.
You ruined the dramatic moment.
Finding one of them in the box.
That would be too funny.
All right.
Yeah, if you guys are curious, that was 12d6 points of suffering.
Oh
no. That was a cool scene. Thanks. And I'm gonna take a nap. Do I get a short rest still?
No, you're gonna still get a long rest. I'm gonna give it to you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I'll just say it was not the most restful night, but you can still get a long rest.
You were only bleeding for half of it.
As soon as the character said, like, if you're still in this plane, I was like, like, who are these people?
Okay.
They're the Baldur's Gate secret police.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
CIA.
CIA. The BIA.
The BIA.
All right.
Yeah, alrighty. If it's the morning, then I will pack my things and actually head back to the Elf Song.
All of you do get your long rest and your level ups, which I'm sure you've all hopefully done by now.
Yes.
Oh, we're getting a level up. I'm level 5 now.
No, not level 5. No.
Got
So I should put myself back to level 4, not 10. Okay.
Shame.
Crucible, you need to be more specific in your instructions. Come on.
Instructions unclear.
Gasz, what you got there? Level 5! No!
Alright. You all wake up at whatever respective times you wish to wake up at from your long rest. Feeling, some of you, more refreshed than others, but nonetheless a lot better than you were last night.
Theraden slowly peels the book off of his snout that has been there all night and just kind of looks around all bleary-eyed.
He's got like the ink on his nose.
Just
kind of
that's how I learn. I push it into my head.
absorb it through your skin.
That's right. And fold it up and get my things together and I don't think I have any bandages. I need to wrap my arms.
I might. Rue takes a look in her bag and let's see. I've got some rope. And yeah, I've got some rope. I mean,
Me too, but I don't think that's going to work.
no.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And he just kind of gets all his things together. And
Rue kind of looks down at her clothes, which, yeah, they washed them in the bathhouse, but after going through the sewers for so long, they're pretty gross. She looks at Theraden and she's like, I could probably stand to pick up some new clothes somewhere if you want to come with.
it's not a bad idea. I have a laundry list of things to do this morning, no pun intended. First things first, find the others. I have a lot of homework to do. I did promise I was going to identify all the crap that we found. And that's what I intend to do. I also intend to get my bird back, because I'm still very mad.
Well, you start on that. I'll go order us some breakfast.
Yeah, thank you. And Theraden will spend the 5 minutes it takes to get his gear fully back on, and his bags, and all of his equipment, and then he'll head downstairs to find the others.
Rue's gonna pretty much just hop right out of bed and walk out the door without any preparation. And then she'll remember something and run back into the room and close the door. And she's in there for a few minutes and then pops back out and goes down to is it late enough to order breakfast?
It depends. When did you guys wake up?
Oh yeah, when
First,
do we wake up?
well, if it was 2 in the morning, about between 8 and 10 a.m.
Oh,
I would say
late
late
morning.
morning.
Yeah.
You missed the early bird special, but breakfast is still on.
I was
Got
hoping
it.
for that continental breakfast.
That
As long as
$5 continental
there's-
breakfast.
As long as there's meat and tea, I'm pretty good.
Both of those things are available.
Both of those things at the same time. Great. So I'm gonna
Meat tea.
get breakfast for everybody.
It's just some boiled, some hot
Everybody.
blood.
I want to buy everybody breakfast, even if they're not here yet.
Hey,
Well, the
Crucible,
rest
is
of
that-
them slept. The rest of them all slept downstairs, so they're either all asleep or they're already awake.
I'm
Okay.
still passed out.
And
Cleeck
wait,
like-
did Gasz head back last night, or did Gasz?
You
Gasz
decide,
here?
Crucible, when do I get back? So
Yeah, do I see Gasz anywhere? That's the question.
Shouldn't
That's
be
kind
around
of up
now.
to you. Did you just you didn't sleep the greatest, so if you wanted to sleep longer, you could. At that point, I would say you're not there yet. You might arrive there at like right at noon.
Alright.
We'll say. Otherwise, if you said if you want your character to wake up early and still go, then you can be there already.
feeling so bad and not really having like any sort of alarm clock or anything. He'll probably sleep until he feels good, so it's gonna be around noon.
And not having a proper task at hand that you know you need to have done immediately, it feels a little strange to you. So it takes a little bit to collect yourself when you wake up.
Mhm.
You just consider your new circumstance.
Yep. So yeah, I will arrive at noon probably in the Elf Song.
So, when I go and order breakfast from these people, I'm gonna give them a tip, and it's gonna be like way more than you should normally tip someone, because Rue isn't great with money.
Okay.
Like, she's never had to do like.
I'll say like a nice breakfast, like continental style breakfast for everybody. Probably run you about like a decent nice one. Probably like I'll say a gold piece.
A gold piece, okay.
Like, yeah,
And then
a
I'll
whole gold piece.
tip them like 50 silver.
Wow.
So another 5 gold pieces.
Gratuity.
Wait. 50
It's 10 silver
So-
per gold.
So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I messed that up.
You want to tip 5 silver?
What's half a gold? Is that
5
Five
silver.
silver.
Okay, so 5 silver it is. Yep.
Or an electrum. But
let's screw
True
Electrum.
electrums.
Drunk currency.
That's why I have these
Alright,
Electrum ingots, and I'm like, ugh.
All right. You tip quite generously, and Alan, who I remembered as the proprietor now. Alan Aliath nods and simply says, "Make sure you and your friends have a wonderful breakfast this morning."
She smiles at him, and she's kind of really charmed by how nice everyone is being, and she's not quite sure why, and she's just like, "Oh, I hope you have a lovely day too." And then she takes the food to the table and sets it all up, and see who shows up.
All right. What are the rest of you doing?
I imagine that like More probably woke up. So what time is it? Like that
10.
Rue woke up?
They're down late morning.
Yeah, like 10 a.m.
Late morning. Okay. Okay, so Norm probably woke up like an hour or two earlier and is still sitting in the chair and probably ordered himself maybe like a lavender tea or something.
Ooh.
How much would that be, Crucible?
So tea is just a simple 5 or 6 copper pieces.
5 or 6 copper pieces.
About a 5 or
Okay.
6.
I remember not keeping track of finances well at all, like when we started. So
Oh, that price is so much better than Jocelyn's. Jocelyn's was like 3 silver, you guys.
Yeah, because it
Yeah,
was drugs.
Well,
Jocelyn's tea was a little overpriced. Yes.
you were
It was
getting more than just
extremely.
tea.
Yeah.
You were getting an experience.
You're getting tea and cocaine. Like,
I am still passed out in the chair. One arm is probably dangling downwards, and with the mark in hand, and half of the liquid is probably spilled on the floor.
So,
I'm gonna.
who's all
Spend
here
them.
currently? It's Nor. Oh, Kleeck, go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
Kleeck.
I was just gonna say, yeah, Kleeck has probably spent the morning as people are gathering and waking up, just down in the tavern playing his viol, just trying to liven people up and wake people up.
I'm gonna raise my voice enough to where I can hopefully be in earshot of all of them and just say, "Hey everyone, I got some breakfast."
Breakfast.
And if Kibnaak doesn't wake up, I want to like walk over and just kind of grab the plate and just like put it under his nose and just like hold it there.
grab a pan and whack him on the head if that doesn't work.
I thought you said whap him with the plate first, and I was like, whoa.
I probably would just clear my nostrils, and with the other arm that not holding a mark, I would like. I mean, as I would still have my eyes closed, but I basically half asleep would try to grab whatever is in front of me.
You just dead lurch out and Her's a little surprised, but she just kind of laughs and says, "You're welcome."
Theraden is immediately sitting down at a table nearby, and he's pulling a couple things out of his bag. And the first thing he pulls out is the broken ceremonial dagger that we found, and he'll arrange them on the table next to each other. He's just gonna close his eyes, focus, and he's gonna cast Mending.
On the dagger,
On
and
the
the
dagger.
and the pommel?
Yep.
Or the handle?
Yeah, the
Okay.
broken weapon we found.
You cast Mending, and it actually begins to fuse back together. You can see the bone of the, I believe it was a bone handle.
Yeah, it looked like it was made out of a fang.
Yep. It does fuse back together with what the blade would be, and you have a complete, unbroken ceremonial dagger.
I didn't think that would work. Huh. Cool. Alright. So, everyone, first things first this morning. What do we need to identify? Because I want to identify everything. And he'll pull his purple leather-bound book up and kind of thwap it onto the table kind of loudly. And this is a little more energy than he seems to have had in the last few days that you've known him. And he's just kind of grinning a little bit and adjusts his glasses. The mace first, maybe? Or what else do we have?
I'll just say you can do it all in like a giant pile, so you don't have to do it each one individually.
Just spend 10 minutes.
Area of effect spell. Area of effect.
Identify at second level. Not a thing.
So, while this has all been happening, Nor's been drinking his tea and notices, the breakfast that Rue got for everybody and Theraden coming down and his proclamation to identify everything. And he has the mace, like, to the side of the chair that he's been, like, looking at on and off out of curiosity and waiting for him to come down to check out. So he takes the opportunity to sit down at the table and approaches Theraden and says, glad to see that you've regained your strength.
Well, good night's sleep does a lot of things for a person. And he also still doesn't have the bandages on his arms either. So that's all out in the open.
At that, you all notice Rhea, who has been, you assume to sleep in the little booth with sort of where the curtains are sort of drawn over it. You see her push the curtains aside and walk over to your table and just grab a chair and sit down.
Glad you could join us.
Not looking the greatest. She looks like she had a rough night, but she's there. She's sort of trying to wipe her face, and I'd say anyone with a let's see, pretty much everyone other than Kibnaak and Theraden, actually, because your insight is only 11. Mm-hmm. So anyone with a 12 or higher insight would notice that the signs of what looks like likely long fits of possibly crying. No. Showing their signs around her eyes and on her cheeks. This, you get the streaks of salt and wiping them away. Good morning.
Good morning, Rhea.
Morning. Are you hungry?
Oh, you have no idea. And she just starts, grabbing some bread and taking some hunks of meat and cheese and other things that you guys have gotten for breakfast, and just starts digging in.
Actually, what all did we have to identify? It was just the mace and the shield, wasn't it? Was there anything else?
So I was hoping we could figure out what exactly this is, Theraden.
Well,
I mean, there's a juicy puzzle box.
Not touching that. But I will. I will.
You will touch it.
I will touch it.
Okay, you put the puzzle box in there
I
as well.
don't technically have to touch anything to cast Identify, so...
Gasz uses the Force. Please roll for deception.
Oh, Gasz isn't there yet, right?
You will identify the box.
I don't know. It's up to him if he's there or not.
I mean, just let me be there. It doesn't really matter, I guess.
Let me be there.
Okay.
Like,
Gasz shows up shortly after breakfast is served.
Yeah. When everything is basically eaten and there's only scraps left, Gasz shows up.
No, Rue would have left a plate and it would have a little sign on it that said Gasz.
Kleeck also would have not really touched his food, so he's got 2 plates at least.
So yeah, eventually Gasz appears in the tavern, kind of timidly because it's probably like lots of people in there and it's still kind of weird for him to just enter a place like this as a normal person. And he eventually spots the group and quickly moves up to them and
Rue pats the seat next to her and points to the plate of food as he approaches.
That
is if I notice him. He's pretty sneaky.
But is
he's actually sneaking in. I'm gonna sneak in. I always sneak. I'm gonna roll.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
That is 27.
Of course it is.
27? Okay. You guys are just, you're doing your own thing, and Rue, you kind of just like look over, and all of a sudden Gasz is just in the chair beside you.
I am back.
Good morning,
How in
guys.
the world-
Oh! Yes,
How
I
do you
didn't,
keep...
I didn't even hear you walk in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I say something when I didn't want to startle you?
Oh, it would be polite, but as
Maybe
long as you're
around
not...
friends.
Oh, it's just a habit, I guess. I'm sorry.
It's not a bad habit to have. Don't apologize.
Well, here, eat up.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. And he starts eating. He seems to be kind of lost in thoughts up to this point still. But he's just mechanically eating. Doesn't look like he's really
So do
enjoying
you
it.
toss the puzzle box into the pile to get identified?
Eventually, if Theraden asks about it, maybe. Like, at this moment, he doesn't think about it.
Does Gasz
But
still
I
have,
guess-
like, dried blood on his nose?
Yes, sir, there.
No, I guess
Yes.
he cleaned himself up
Okay.
to a degree.
To see if he was still all screwed up.
I mean, he looks probably still a little like roughed up, maybe.
Maybe a little rougher than he did the night before after all the fighting. So it might look like...
So
I don't know.
Theraden-
Can I roll perception to see how, like, fucked up he looks right now?
Oh, gosh.
Sure.
All right. 18.
18.
22.
It's up to you guys.
Well, I guess you do see that he looks like he doesn't look physically beaten in any shape or form, but he looks kind of drowsy. He looks kind of that he's not as focused and as alarmed as he used to be. He looks kind of tired, I guess.
A little zoned out.
Yeah,
She
a
looks
little
at them
zoned out.
and says real quick, tough night there, bud?
Oh, I didn't sleep well, and you know the box we found in the Van Thamper mansion.
Yeah.
I played around with it, and that is a very bad idea. It's a very dangerous item.
Put it on the pile.
Suddenly,
then.
I heard these noises in my head, and they got really loud, and then I just went unconscious. It was this incredible pain, and then everything got dark.
Do you still have it?
Oh, yeah, it suddenly seems like he's waking up from a dream, and he looks around in his bag and he procures the box and looks at it, kind of surprised for a moment that he has it still on him, and he just puts it on the table and shoves it towards Theraden and is like, "You wanted to look at it, right? You can have it if you want. It doesn't seem like that my master wants it."
Rhos
anymore.
scoots like an inch away from where the box has gone to.
Theraden like puts his one claw on it and slides it over next to the shield and the mace and goes, "Right. Okay. You were very
We
defensive
should
about it
probably
the
not
other day."
lose that.
Yes, because it was part of the deal to give it to my master, and she would tell me where to find my clan, but
Is that what this is all about?
it
Now
seems like she doesn't want it anymore.
How interesting. Well, it will be identified
Huh.
like the rest.
Gus doesn't seem to like really care about it.
I'll spend 30 minutes casting 3 identify rituals.
It's one.
Is
I'm
it?
just gonna- yeah, I mean, I just.
I
that's
mean,
just one.
obviously, you can just DM me the
yeah,
stuff if you
I-
want
I
to
don't
to
give
keep
a- I don't-
going.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I'll tell you what they are. So let me just get this stuff up. Starting with the mace, it is a +1 mace with a simple additional enchantment on it that causes the head of the mace to glow with a dim light that goes out up to 5 feet from the user. That is it. So
So just within your square, or
within 1 square away from you, so 5
Okay.
feet from you.
Yeah.
so the surrounding squares
Yep.
immediately
Yeah.
around it?
So you
Got it.
get 5 feet of dim light.
Again, it's Frodo's dagger. Like
It's little. It's Sting.
Yeah,
Basically
it
in
really
base
is.
form.
And also useful for not fighting if you or for fighting if you don't have dark vision.
Yep.
Let me just double check.
I mean, who
Yeah,
doesn't
plus
have
one
dark
is,
vision, right?
5 foot of
Hi.
dim light. You can extinguish the light of the mace as an action.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, the shield.
Yes.
So,
It's gonna be a long one, I'm sure.
close this open.
That thing is intense.
So, from what you can tell of the shield, of course you know now that there is some sort of sentient being that resides within the shield that has spoken to you. It is told you its name being Ganyal. Let me just double check this. So the shield itself has a +2 bonus to AC and grants the user resistance to fire damage.
Tasty.
However, the shield has an additional powers, you believe, that are more closely intrinsically tied to the being within it rather than to any enchantments placed on the shield itself. The shield also has a very strong aura of abjuration magic to it. Abjuration,
Protection.
yes. Abjuration is protection magic, essentially. The shield also has the ability to... actually, no. You probably... Would you... They're very unclear as to you, if you
Identify
would know
is very
this.
vague.
I'm going to say you would not know this, so I'm not going to tell you the rest of it.
Okay.
So, for now, you know it to grant the user +2 bonus to AC and resistance to fire damage. So, still a very good shield.
And more stuff that I don't quite know.
There,
but
you
can tell
believe there's
something
more
else is
to
out
it, but you believe it has more to do with the being imprisoned inside the shield,
Mhm.
which you cannot
Can't figure it out.
ascertain.
Yeah.
So when I put it in my inventory, it's +4 AC. I'm assuming that's adding my.
Well, it's if you have it
Is it
equipped,
adding-
it gives you +2 AC.
If you have it equipped, it gives you an additional +2 AC on top of the regular bonuses that a shield does.
Okay.
So you get, I believe, a shield gives you normally +2.
Yeah. So you.
Yeah.
Get,
So this would give you
+4.
+4.
so it's just
Okay.
a shield +2 with fire resist.
It's a shield plus. So for your purposes, please do not add the item. If you see like this item has a very particular name, and you've been told the name to be the Shield of the Hidden Lord. You do know that. That was
Okay.
told to you guys before. However, please do not in D&D Beyond add the Shield of the Hidden Lord to your inventory
Yeah.
because the description has spoilers.
Yep.
And I don't
Wait.
want you to read them.
Can he
So
add
what
a
I did,
plus-
so what I did was I added a +2 shield and just changed the name. Is that okay?
Yeah, just add a
Yeah,
+2
you-
shield and add to its notes resistance to fire damage. And then if
Okay.
you want to change the name of the shield, you can feel free to do that as well.
If,
But don't add the
you-
actual Shield of the Hidden
Got
Lord
it.
here. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
If you go up-
so Nor has a hold of it for now.
Yes.
Drain, if you go onto your character sheet, click on defenses, drop down customize, and choose resistance, you can actually customize a fire resistance in. So that way, you know, it's more readily apparent. So you don't have to keep it in mind.
As long as you remember, it doesn't really matter. But
Where's
Suppose
this-
if you have some free
where's this
time, you can
category
just
you're
make a
talking about,
homebrew item
Deriaz?
real quick.
It's
Yeah.
it's underneath your hit points where it says defenses and resistances,
Mm-hmm.
or defenses and conditions. Excuse me.
Crucible.
yeah,
I suppose if you have some free time, you can
Oh,
just make a
yes.
homebrew item for
I
the
could
shield.
make a homebrew item, yeah, at some point.
But also, are you
Yeah,
going to
I'm
actually
just-
equip it, or are you just holding on to it?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Does it matter if I equip it or
Well,
not?
I don't, you
Or-
can't use
Yes,
a two-handed
you can't.
weapon.
You do not gain any of the benefits unless you equip it, and this item requires attunement.
Yeah,
so
it's magical.
for you guys new to D&D, a lot of more powerful magic items require you to be attuned to them, which means you have to spend 1 hour sort of like essentially like soul
Studying it?
binding. It's kind of like in game terms, it's like soul binding to your person
Mm-hmm.
in order for you to use the item. So this shield does require attunement.
But
Keep
can
in mind
you
you
have
have
multiple people who are attuned to a single
you cannot
item?
have multiple people attuned to it.
If
Only
you
one
trade
person can be
things, you
attuned to
basically
it.
have to have the person who is now going to have it sit down for an hour and do attunement. But the previous
Got it.
person
Okay.
loses their attunement, so.
Yes,
Gotcha.
and then previous people lose it. You can drop your attunement to an item like basically no problem.
Yeah.
But gaining attunement, you have to just spend an hour with the item.
Okay.
Got it.
Hey, another question, Crucible.
Sure.
Mechanically, how do you handle spellcasters with a weapon in the shield out? Because usually they shouldn't be able to do like the somatic components of a spell. Do you just don't care about it being
Correct.
like?
There is actually a feat that allows you to use a shield and
Yeah.
still and be able to complete somatic components of spells.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you do have spells and you are also using a shield, keep that in mind. Unless you get that feat, you will not be able to cast any somatic components to spells.
Yep.
Which a lot of spells require somatic components.
Pretty much the majority of them.
Yeah, it's just
So
it's
keep
just
that in mind.
How do you handle it? How do you handle it in game? Do you have like a free weapon switch action per turn or something? So
You
be
can
like,
drop a shield or any weapon or item in your hand basically as a free action. You don't
Mhm.
even have to do anything. You just drop it.
Mhm.
And it just drops on the floor. If you're actually trying to put it away, like stow it back somewhere, I'll say it's probably a bonus action to do so. But if you're okay just dropping the item, then you could just do it freely without without needing to do anything else.
Yeah, I was just wondering how you would handle this. And I guess it's of concern to Jrain.
Yeah.
If he's
So
running around Mason Shield.
keep that in mind, Drain, that if you are planning on using the shield, you will not be able to cast somatic components of spells with the shield equipped in hand.
Because you need at least one free hand to form the gestures.
Okay.
Also, I don't
think
believe you're proficient with shields.
Right. I don't think I am.
Oh.
No, so I would actually... we could actually discuss who would be best to wield it. You know, because I already
Literally-
have...
Literally
I already have
Kleeck.
fire resistance. So,
Oh,
yeah, I
does it?
know.
And literally just
Um,
give it to Kleeck.
So, Moore would, like, pick up the shield after it's been identified and turn to Kleeck and say something along the lines of, I don't think it's best that I wield this for practical reasons, but I feel like you, Kleeck, would be best suited to make use of this shield. What do you think?
We're trusting the talking shield. We're
Well,
just
if-
doing that.
As far as I can tell, it's fairly harmless, good defensive, quite magical, and very powerful. I can't figure out the rest of it, but I told you what I know. And
Oh gosh.
if we are
Okay.
about to get involved in something extremely dangerous, it might not be a bad idea.
That's
If it starts talking to you again, you can hand it off to me.
Or to me. I'll stick it in a... I have a
Well-
chest I can put it in.
I don't think that will actually stop it from talking to me,
That's
given
right.
Keep in mind that Gasz
was-
and Kibnaak both moved away very far, and in completely not even in sight, in visual range of it, and could still hear it talking in their heads.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very annoying.
It's
But-
a bloody telepath.
Kleeck kind of stares at it for a few seconds before sighing and saying, I suppose I am most suited to carry it. This feels like a bad idea, but sure. I'll guard it.
If it's any
Are
consolation.
you actually going to attune to it, or are you simply holding on to it?
Oh boy.
no.
Such a big decision.
Oi, oi, oi.
You might as well using it.
I seriously, I don't trust this thing.
It's
So
up
I
to you.
kind of, I can unattune from it, right? Like,
At any second.
unless this thing is like,
Unless it's cursed.
Well, you wouldn't know that.
No,
I know.
Well,
wouldn't
you
know
know
that.
it's sentient. which
Yeah,
means
that's
it
what I'm
has
scared
its,
about.
it has its own
What-
like
what-
thoughts and ideas and
Here's-
things it wants.
So
Here's
the
what I'm scared
questions-
about.
no.
If
Has more
I
AC.
here's what I'm scared about. If I attune to it, I'm attuning to a thing that has a sentient being in it, right? Can the sentient being attune to me?
You do not know. Actually, well,
That's,
how about
that's
this?
what I'm terrified about, right?
Theraden, make an Arcana check for me.
Like,
It's a pretty tough one.
oh god.
Hold on, I want to do. Wait.
Guidance.
Yes, guidance. Yeah,
Juidance.
gotta make this check as good as possible.
19.
19.
Nice.
Very nice.
Pretty good.
I have a +6.
You've
on
heard
Arcana
of you've heard of objects containing sentient beings or having sentience before. It's not that this is like it is uncommon, but it is possible. You, however, do not know to what extent a sentient being, either held in an object or the that's the interesting thing here is you don't quite know here if the object itself is sentience or if it contains a sentient being within the object. Its claims say it's imprisoned, so assuming it's you take it at its word, there's a being within the object itself. It's not the object, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you do not know to what degree a sentient being can affect someone who attunes to the object it is trapped in, or attunes to an object that is sentient.
So I sort of iterate. Judging by what it has said, it sounds like it's in a prison more than actively, being the shield. So think of it like you're holding a glass bottle with something in it, with a cork at the top.
Except that the thing in the bottle can talk to me.
Right.
Or anybody.
Right.
As long as it only talks.
Right.
Yeah, you do not
I
know.
don't-
You do not know if that is the only capacity to which a sentient being trapped in an object can actually, do to others.
God, I'm gonna regret
Unfortunately, you didn't get any more information from Thaddeus, who likely knew the most about it.
this. I will pick up the shield and
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ah!
Just kidding. I'm just
Quick
So
will
you-
mutter.
So you attune to it.
Don't fuck around with us like that, DM.
I'll pick it up, and Queek will mutter to himself, I feel like such a fool. And then, looking at the shield, say, if you mess with me in any way, I will find some way to dispose of you where no one will ever find you. Do I make myself clear?
no response.
Is the shield talking to you again, Master Kleeck?
Somebody's
Because-
not
because
very
I
chatty
cannot hear
today. No,
Yeah, you have not heard it. You have not heard it speak to you all since you've picked it up. Though this is the first time you're addressing it directly, it appears to. You do not know whether it understood you or heard you, but either way, there is no response from it.
Can I bang on it like a door?
Hey!
Like knock on it? Sure, knock
Yeah,
on it.
like knock on it and like, hey, are you listening to me?
You do notice that it's still. You do still see the motif of it slightly shifting, and
Ugh.
it's still somewhat.
So
you know,
weird.
You can tell it's not like stopped. It still looks kind of weird, and the face seems almost a little, the warped face in the motif is kind of monstrous.
This thing seems
Still-
weird with a Y.
Yep.
Maybe you should not wear it. I don't
I
like
know
how
you
it
can-
looks.
I know you can hear me. I'm gonna just hold on to it for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold on to it for now
Okay.
until he's more chatty.
Okay.
And puzzle box.
All right. Puzzle box.
Puzzle box. So the puzzle box. You You know it already to be some sort of puzzle box. As to what kind, you do not know. You see much of the same features that Gasz saw when he was inspecting it on his own. When you identify it to see about any magical properties, it seems that this is mostly mechanical. It is there's no magic per se to the box. However, with the identification, you believe that there is some sort of inherent trap built into it. One of a very strong evocation school. And you believe that, based on Gasz telling you that he seemed to have been hurt by it in some way, that checks out. But beyond that, you do not feel any other like magical essence or feature to this.
Gasz is just looking at Theraden, being like, "What is he doing? He's just looking at it."
He's got one finger touching it, because you do have to touch the item throughout the spell.
I'll look at Gasz and say, he's trying to figure out what it can do.
But he only has like one finger on it. I don't see how he can figure out anything about it that way.
I look at Gasz and I kind of make a motion with my hands and go, like I wiggle my fingers and I go, it's magic.
Oh, I see.
You know,
Jazz hands.
You know, you're lucky you're not dead, Gasz. This thing's got quite the tramp in it.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
It was very painful.
I'm sure, but I really think you're quite lucky to be alive. That feels powerful. I'll take that. I'll put it in the...
I'm actually surprised any of you attempted to open it.
Yeah.
Why not? It's a puzzle box.
Yeah, it's a puzzle box covered in fiendish, devilish writing.
He didn't say that.
That's how he
That's
described
just
it when we first got it.
The box does have some writing on it.
Infernal?
But
or?
it is... it seems magical, and it's likely tied to the actual trap on the box itself. It is the language of magical formula. However, yeah, beyond that, it's made of a material that you're unfamiliar with, of interlocking parts. It is metallic in most cases, but you do see some parts made out of what you believe to be maybe carved bone or horn. But the majority of it is made out of some sort of metallic material of unknown origin.
Right. Well,
Do you want to keep it, Master Omenseeker?
I will, and I'll pull out the chest that I have clipped to my bag, so I'll thunk it onto the table, open it up, stick the puzzle box inside, close it, lock it with the one key that I have, and then clip it back onto my gear.
I have another key for that box.
I know you're quite good at what you do, but just please let me hold on to it. I've stuck weirder things in that chest before, so it'll be fine.
If you say so. I don't want it, so...
I'll hang on to the curios then.
Anything else you guys are doing at the immediate moment?
Theraden, on the subject of other things you're holding on to, we managed to get a hold of a lot of spells, spell books in the dungeons we've been through. Have you taken a good look at those, and maybe is there anything that some of us could learn from it?
Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm not a wizard, so no, they're not of any use to any of us. However, there are some nice spells in there, but none that I can readily copy down. Not with my knowledge.
If we are headed to Candlekeep, however, hold on to those. We're gonna need some way to get in, and I doubt we have a lot of books amongst us.
I'm hoping that our interesting friend that we met might be able to help us with that. If he is going to come with us to Candlekeep, he might be our key inside.
If there's a refresher, what is his part in the story again?
Who?
The guy who will be waiting.
Philaster Fisk.
Philaster Fisk.
Yes.
Philaster Fisk was the one of the individuals you saved from the prison underneath the villa.
Right.
So he is a. Let me just double check. Pretty sure he was a human male.
I think so, yeah.
A hummin.
Yeah.
A
Let me
human. A
double
real
check.
human being.
A hummin male.
Yes, he's a short, lean, erudite male human, about in his 50s. He
I love
told
that
you
word.
guys that he works with a sage who operates out of Candle Keep, a good friend of his, and that her and him have been monitoring devil activity within Baldur's Gate and El Turl for months. The sage in question, named Silvira Savicus, who he had told you, was convinced that Thavius Krieg had struck a bargain. I don't think she had told you that yet.
What's
told
her
you
name
that.
again?
So his name is Philaster Fisk. The sage he's talking about that he works with, his name's Silvira Savicus. Sylvira Savikas. Savicus.
Savicus.
So he had told you he's been working with his girlfriend for investigating the devil activity for months, but beyond that, he has not said anything else to you guys.
Okay.
He did say he would meet you guys here at the inn whenever you need to speak to him, and whenever you need to tell him to be ready, that you guys are ready to go to Candlekeep.
Gotcha.
So, if you wanted to ask him more, you can. He likely will show up, you believe, at some point during the day at this tavern.
Okay. Cool.
But no, I'll hold on to these books for now, and maybe they'll be of some use to someone else, but given my skill level, I can't do much with this. And then he picks up the leather-bound ritual book that he's been using, looks it over, and it's like, this is the extent of my ability. As far as wizard stuff goes, everything else just kind of happens when I think about it. I'm not the same as other spellcasters, is what I'm trying to say.
So, Jrain, for your purpose, just so you know, in terms of like D&D, the difference between a wizard is someone who's trained themselves in the arcane arts, like they know the scientific formula behind it. And wizards can learn spells by looking at other spell books, or even copying them from scrolls. However, other spellcasters cannot do that. Only wizards can.
I am a
Wizards
sorcerer.
got book smarts. Sorcerers
And yes,
got
you
street smarts.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's essentially sorcerers are they have a natural affinity to magic, and they can just cast it because of
Interesting.
whatever natural affinity they have and whatever the reason is for it, not because they've learned it.
I think most people, like, you know, who have a casual understanding of fantasy, like me in this case, would just assume those are like synonymous, but it's cool that there's like a distinction in
There's very much
D&D, at
distinction.
least.
Very different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so Theraden packs his books back up and kind of rubs his hands together. I need to hit up the Sorcerer's Sundries for a few things. You're welcome to accompany me. But beyond
What's
that,
this Sorcerer's Sundry?
oh, it's this magic shop that I've been going to get some equipment and supplies. That actually, you know what, Gasz? Why don't you come with me?
Oh, I would like to. I don't think I've ever seen a place like that.
Yes.
Do they have? I would be awake at this point and listen casually a bit to the conversation. Do they have healing potions there?
Well, they did when Nora and I bought all of them the other day.
And we made use of them, for sure.
Last time they hadn't any. It was
Oh,
weird.
You must have gone in after us then, because we did buy all of their basic healing potions.
You bought all of them?
All of them, yes.
Why?
Because we are a large group, we need plenty of healing.
Maybe other people want to buy them as well.
Well, listen, you never asked if we had any left. Is that
I
why
buy
you
these
were-
bo-
Is that what you
We're
were
buying
all
these
day that day?
potions not for ourselves.
Kip, you shouldn't be so mad about this.
Well,
After all, he shared them with you.
Well, I guess, but I was this close to buy some from some shady second-hand shop.
Oh. And what happened about that?
Well, nothing, because it became a bit too late.
Oh, I see.
I went to my rack.
Well, maybe he just has some new potions this time.
look, yeah. If
I hope he restocked.
if he has any, I'll buy them for us. We have a fair amount of money right now.
Yes, there are some things in there we can actually afford this time, hopefully.
Well, I wouldn't get your hopes up too quick.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. But Gaz, please.
Rue looks at her little bag that holds her money, and it's just like vastly overstuffed. Like she never expected to have this much.
Did you say
And
her
she kinda
bunny?
holds it,
What?
Her
no,
bag of money.
Oh, money.
money.
What? You show
What a
me the
bum.
bunny.
Show me the bunny.
Your bunny is just way overstuffed.
Maybe
Yes,
she has like a
sorry.
little
Not
purse
a
like
magician.
Naruto, looks like a
Ask
frog.
the magician.
Like, what?
God, that'd
Okay.
be cute.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So she just kind of looks at it, and she's just like, yeah, this is a bit too heavy for my liking. We
You
should go
want-
to some shops.
let's go shopping. The things that I am looking to buy from there, one of them is I'd say expensive, but that's an understatement. I definitely don't have the money for it yet. So we'll see. But guys, there is
Tag
something
along,
there
losers.
that,
We're going shopping.
let's go shopping. And
Let's go shopping.
Theraden stands up and with like a flary swoosh of his open like robe jacket that kind of flares out behind him, he just kind of does a power stride for the door.
Gus imitates that movement because he thinks it's cool.
And he puts his hood up.
A
and-
dragonborn and a small kobold exit the Elfstone Tavern in style.
There they go, 4 kobolds.
I am not kobolds!
As soon as we enter the shop, hold on, I'm just gonna send this to chat. This music is gonna be playing.
Oh god.
I'm going to also say that I'm going to call a break here as it's already past 2. So
Oh,
we're going to take a
dang.
short.
I'm
We
gonna
started
break-
late, so
I'm gonna break something.
So what was this about? Hoping we wouldn't get too far in the game there.
yeah, no, you know what? I should never be worried, honestly.
We always start late.
We always start late and then we always do this.
We spent the whole morning talking about how we wanted to spend our morning.
And now we're shopping.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to call a break, and we'll be back in under 10 minutes, hopefully.
All right, cool.
Do we want to
Let's make
say
it, let's
like
make it 7.
at 25?
25
is good.
25 after.
Yep, 25
Yeah,
after.
let's do
All right.
that. Cool.
We gonna go shopping.
Dorks in danger.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Draeneth. What would you?
I got-
Oh my gosh!
Hello, we're back.
Dorks in danger. Dorks in danger.
No, it's fine. She's singing over it. It's fine. Anyway, we're back.
All right. So
Nor,
you guys.
Nor currently has his arrow pressed out and is making coffee before leaving the tavern.
You have one of those?
I do, yes.
What flavor of Keurig pod do you have?
No, we don't do Keurigs around here.
Oh.
Are you seriously making? Is Nor making coffee right now?
I personally
order
make
coffee.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, you all leave the tavern and you go out into the city in a nice early morning, or a nice late morning, almost afternoon, I should say. The sun is pretty high in the sky, already shining down over the wonderful harbor. As you can, it's as much as Baldur's Gate is a cesspit of vile criminal activity and shady business dealings, it's quite a picturesque city with its, rolling, or its tiered layers of houses and, some pretty nice architecture that leads to a picturesque harbor. What are you guys doing?
I am walking my way to Sorceress
shopping.
Sundries.
Oh, okay.
I need my damn
strutting
bird
on
back.
over to the shop.
I guess we can go there first.
Oh yeah, you had
So
a
are you all going together?
Yeah.
I'm with Theraden, yeah.
Hey GM, I wanna before we leave the tavern, I kinda wanna ask someone there who would be knowledgeable, probably the barkeep or the innkeeper. I wanna ask if there are any monk organizations in the city at all. If they know of anything.
Do I know of anything? That's a good question.
It's not a question of do they know anything.
So do I know anything? That I can tell them that they know.
Oh, take your time.
Yeah, give me a second here.
Don't be so smarmy with the DM.
I'm joking. I'm sorry. I know
you best watch yourself.
I know you can't just recall this.
You best check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh no.
You better watch yourself. I wanted on the death sentence in 12 systems. Or I have the death sentence in 12 systems. Sorry.
What is that a quote from?
Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
You best watch yourself.
I'll be careful. You'll be dead.
God, so good.
This little one's not worth the effort. Now let me get you some.
I unfortunately cannot remember the 80 points of interest in this book that it tells me.
Oh, come on.
All
You didn't memorize it.
I didn't memorize all of it. I'm sorry.
All right.
What a casual.
What a... Whoa! Slamming him.
While Rue's waiting for the innkeeper to remember these things, she drinks a cup of tea. Real good cup of tea. Real
Just
simple.
Staring at him the whole time, just like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any day.
What tea are you partial
you
to?
go up to the
Mint tea.
Ah, excellent.
You go up to the bartender Alan,
Hello?
proprietor of this establishment. You ask him about any sort of monk or monk-like organizations, and they tell you, "Oh, I don't believe there's too many of those in the city, but closest thing I could think of would be." I already lost it. Oh my god! Sorry. Closest thing I could think of would be the Hall of Wonders. It's a stately building, quasi-religious museum of sorts, dedicated to inventions wrought in Gon's name.
Inventions. I say questioningly.
Well, they work on a lot of mechanical things and the like, and they create wonders of science and ingenuity.
Ooh,
Okay.
that reminds me of something.
Well, Thank you for your time.
No problem. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help.
Ah, that's quite all right.
Not too many monks in Baldur's Gate.
Doesn't seem to be. Take care.
He just nods.
All right. Let's go shopping.
Let's go. So, Gasz is sticking to Theraden, but the moment they leave the tavern, he's doing some steps beside him, but quickly just moves to the shadows again.
Yeah, the light isn't the kindest to you.
Yeah, but it's just obviously he has like his little hood on, but also trying to be sneaky as usual. Not walking in the middle of the street. So we go to Sorceress Sundries.
Sorceress Sundries.
On the way there, can I keep an eye out for clothing shops? It doesn't need to be nothing. I don't want anything fancy, just like the simplest of simple.
Sure. We'll just
clothing
say,
shops.
do you want to ask for one around as you go, or do you are just looking out for one?
Oh, I could ask around,
Okay.
nervously.
Just make a general charisma check for me.
Okay. General charisma.
So just charisma.
Ooh, that's a 5.
You start asking a few people, and they just kind of like look at you, look you up and down, and they just kind of turn their heads and keep walking. They don't
Oh
even
my
answer you.
gosh, people in Baldur's Gate are so rude. I'm just, I guess I'll just keep my eye out then. Can
Make a
I like
perception
roll
check.
perception? Oh right,
Yeah, make a-
that one I rolled a 20.
There
Not a
we
natural,
go.
but a 20.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind if you run across any clothing stores.
Got it. Cool.
Alright, sorry, I'm just typing something out real quick. Okay. So you arrive at Sorceress Sundries, familiar establishment for some of you. Seems to be open.
Go right on in.
Yeah.
All right.
I join, eyes growing big with wonder, scanning around this.
Yes,
Probably
you enter the space. I don't even remember what it's called. How the heck does this building even look like again?
It's got a dome on it.
I know it's got a dome. Yes, I know it's got a dome. Bloody dome.
Bloody
For the
domes.
record, Kleeck will stand watch at the door.
What a good guy that Kleeck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
No
good.
problem. Are you like keeping an eye out?
Yeah, just in case.
Make a perception check for me.
Okay.
It's like a big metal sentinel.
Yes.
That
love him.
is gonna be 16.
16. All right. Keep that in mind. So you enter the building. Yeah, it's a domed stained glass roof. As you enter, shafts of light are causing lots of various colors all over the interior of the space here. You do see the several open air floors of the tower itself, and you do see in the across the way, behind a desk, a small older gentleman, who you know Theraden to be Rivelin Blackhand.
Shopkeep.
Oh, yep.
Jockey.
I'll just walk
He
right
hears
in.
he hears you come in. Oh, hello, welcome back.
Good
How
morning.
may I help you?
Well, I have a few things that I need to buy, that I'm looking around at. You wouldn't happen to have, what is it? Like charcoal, incense, and herbs and that sort of thing, I would hope?
Oh, yes, of course. I would have the basic needs of most the magical variety.
Just need about 10 gold's worth of all that.
No problem. Let me go check in the back. So you 10 gold?
Can I... Yeah, 10 gold.
Yep.
Can I look around and see if there's anyone else in the shop, like, creeping? So I'm still
At the moment?
suspicious that, yeah. Still
Except for
suspicious of
Gasz.
him, except for Gasz.
Gasz is creeping around the shop, looking at everything.
So did everyone else enter except Kleeck? Correct?
I did because I won.
Okay. Looking around, you don't see anybody.
Okay.
If you want, you can maybe take a more thorough look. You can make a perception check if you'd like. Anyone can.
I'm gonna roll.
Sure. I'll make a perception check. I'm always
an-
perceiving.
It's an 8.
Sure.
I'm looking at the shiny things.
I got a dirty 20.
I'll do guidance,
20.
I suppose.
It's too late for that.
17.
Sure. +4. Or a D4.
17.
17, 20.
Yeah.
Solid.
I was just waiting. I didn't hear Drain's.
Oh, I'm doing this too. Hold on.
If you want to. I
It's up
if
to
you
you.
don't want to.
I
Up to you.
Perception, right?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Ooh, a natural 20. So
Mm.
25 total.
Very good.
You do take a thorough look. Some of you guys take a pretty thorough look around. A few of you are a little distracted by all the interesting objects and files scattered throughout on the shelves, and also by the beautiful stained glass of the roof. But you don't notice anything. Seems pretty normal as far as normal for a magic shop goes.
I don't suddenly gain like Superman vision with my natural 20.
No, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'll just wait for Rivlin to come back and give me my stuff, and then I need to ask him a couple more questions.
He comes back shortly after from the back carrying a small bag. Oh, here you go. This should be about 10 golds worth.
Thank you.
Anything else you need?
Health
Do you
potions.
have
you
any
restocked?
other? Yes. Yes.
I know we've been buying them every day, but we've needed them.
I unfortunately only have the one I made from last. I can only make them in limited supply.
Yeah.
I have one here that I made last night.
If you wouldn't
And he
mind,
just shows one healing potion.
if you wouldn't mind, I think we'll take that.
50 gold.
I'll drop 60 gold on the table for the bag of stuff and the health potion. And
Any other sort of healing items besides potions?
Oh, not that I have, unfortunately. It's just the healing potions here. That I
did
make myself.
I did want to ask, and I'll wave Gasz over. Do you still have that dagger?
Yes, I do. And he kind of goes behind him and then starts going through some of the shelves behind the desk, and then sees there's one sort of small coffer, and he kind of waves his hand over it, and then opens and plucks out a sort of intricately carved dagger, in the same dagger of venom that you saw before.
Wonderful.
What is this? What does it do?
Oh, this, it's a fairly powerful magical weapon. Not only does it a little more effective when it comes to dealing damage, it also carries within it, it generates its own caustic, thick black poison that can coat the blade. It's not something that you'd want in your system. It is quite powerful.
Oh, I see.
I believe it could be used. I'm double checking the rule here. I believe it can be used once per day, and needs time to recharge the poison.
Gasz looks pretty interested. Oh, I think this could be very useful.
And that was
How
priced
much?
at...
This one is 2,300 gold pieces.
Right. And that staff you showed me the other day, that was... How much?
Yes, the staff. That one is, he goes and checks his notes as he kind of looks over some ledgers on his desk, as I also do the same thing. That one would be 1,200 gold pieces.
Right.
Gasz looks up at Theraden. That sounds like a lot of coins.
It's
Sorry,
a
I said
lot.
2,300. I meant 2,500
Ah.
for the dagger of venom. Apologies.
It is a
It
lot
sounds
of
like
money.
even more coins.
It's 200 more.
It's fine. We can just go with what you originally said.
No, we can't
It's
go there.
fine. So, I wanted to bring it to your attention because I know you were asking me about daggers, and that's a really cool dagger. But we are... I can't afford any of that.
This is... I don't think I have that many coins, even
However,
with...
I know we were talking about this the other day, but that arena thing that's coming up.
I have a question actually about the arena. Is it the money split between the people, or is it for example 500 per person?
You assume that that's the whole
Okay.
reward is you'd receive 2,000 gold pieces.
For the last
Or sorry,
man standing.
2,100 gold pieces. I apologize.
It's a battle royale.
I do want to try and get this staff because I can take all the help I can get. I'm not quite there yet, but if we really want to, we can do that arena thing and make a couple more gold there, potentially. I feel confident in this group that we'd be able to take down some monsters, especially with some of the things we've been doing.
We must.
I know it's barbaric.
So at this point, Rivelin kind of speaks up as he's kind of going through things. It's like, oh, you're participating in the arena?
Thinking about it.
Oh,
Hell yeah, we do.
good luck.
What's that
Should
meant
be
to
quite a
mean?
show. You'll see.
I wouldn't know. I never fought in an arena.
I tend to not because it's generally a bit of barbaric blood sport, but if what we're going
Do
to
you have...
You'll see.
Sorry.
Can I
Sorry, I interrupted you.
You're good. If we're going to be
Can I
doing
press
something
into
really
the shop
dangerous, we
keep
need
of-
some shit. So
Can I press into the shopkeep a little bit about that we'll see and kind of give him a glance and be like, we'll see, huh? Anything you can let us know about what we'd be expecting there?
All I can tell you is that I would go sign up as quick as you can because the, let's just say they usually don't find anyone willing to fight in the final bout.
that certainly sounds dangerous.
He's basically insinuating that you notice that there's 3 different fights
Yeah.
that go on, and he's saying that usually no one signs up for the last one, the one with the highest reward.
Oh.
Probably because it's too dangerous.
Hmm.
Right, well.
Do you have any other items? Like this dagger?
Like specifically, you're looking for like anything that's another dagger, or just all the items he has in general.
All the items he has in general.
Okay.
He has so many curious things here.
I'm not gonna like go over everything. And
Yeah, maybe
I'll
just
I'll
keep it to
list
the
it off.
stuff that's interesting for me, maybe.
For you,
Yeah.
he kind of like looks you over. Perhaps this, and he sort of goes to the shelf again. Taking the dagger with him and putting it back in the box and waving his hand over it. Going over to another coffer, he does the same gesture and opens it, and he produces what appears to be a small short bow, of what looks to be quality make. It's nothing particular. It's nothing particularly flashy, but it seems to be very well made. And upon closer inspection, you do see some arcane markings on the inner curve of the bow itself. And he just says, this is a minor magical improvement to a well-made short bow. It's a little better at hitting in targets, we'll say.
Oh, this looks really nice. I am not that good with a short bow, though.
Unfortunately, that's all I have. That would be
I see.
appropriate for you. I have other items, but
How much would you want for that?
on the bow, it's 1,030 gold pieces.
I see. I don't have that much, unfortunately, but I will keep it in mind.
He just kind of nods and takes the bow back and puts it back in its little case.
I really want that staff. I only need
Yeah, I want the
300.
dagger.
It's 2,300 gold for the staff.
The staff is 1,200.
1200. I have 80. I have 884 right now. So
So the dagger was
The
2,500.
dagger is
gold pieces.
2,500.
Okay. Here's a lot of money. Let's go to the arena. I want it.
I'll look
We
at
can-
I'll look at Theraden and say, if I have enough money for some new clothes, we can come back and get your stuff. I have 443 gold.
I wouldn't impose, but it would make me feel a little more useful in combat, probably.
I don't
Yes,
need a lot to
I am
get
willing
by,
to
so
contribute as well.
You can have some of my gold as well. I don't need that much. It's also very heavy to carry it around.
that's
That's
kind of
fair.
the reason I wanted to get rid of mine as well.
Well, I mean, if we're all pitching it
First
now.
world problems.
First world. Oh, I have so much money. Oh,
So
woe
much
is
money.
me.
What do I do with it all?
My coin purse is so heavy.
Well, you guys are discussing that. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm fine spending literally all of my money. I got everything I need besides this freaking staff that would give me +1 to hit, which would change things. So if you want to fork over 316 gold between us, I can have a +1.
Yeah, it's fine.
And maybe I'll hit a spell for once.
You can all pitch in for with like 100 gold or something.
Yeah, I'm done.
Cool, great.
I'm gonna actually ask DM if this guy's got any clothes on him.
Or if he knows where a clothing shop is.
Oh, that's a great idea. Wow, you're so smart. It's like you know how to do social skills.
That's what social studies taught me. Not really.
Well, study of social.
That's right. So yeah.
Yeah.
We can figure out where we can get some clothes. 316 gold if we're willing to help the poor sorcerer who can't land spells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna give you 150. You can add that to your money banks.
Dankeschön.
I'm just gonna hold off on giving him money for a bit until I can find some clothes, because these things stink and I cannot stand the smell.
Yeah, it's fair.
How much is let's see.
150.
A platinum is 10 gold, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have, what would that be?
If you have your
300
gold put in, or your currency put in on D&D Beyond, it actually adds it up for you.
Mm-hmm. If you go to your equipment tab
Oh, I
and
see.
click on
Yeah,
currency,
I
it
have
shows you.
544 total.
Okay.
Wow,
Gold.
guys. D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond,
D&D Beyond, guys.
is not a sponsor of this stream, but we love
It's
D&D
not.
Beyond.
Not yet.
But
I wouldn't say no.
one day,
Sorry about that.
not saying no.
Amon is here, so I have to. Yeah,
Amon.
Amon is here. All right.
Wait, a man? A man is there?
A man
Your
is
house?
here. Yes, he's in
Wow.
the room.
What a guy.
What a
guy.
guy.
I'll look at Rivlin real quick and go, quick question actually for you. Do you know of clothing shops around here?
Thanks for asking for me there, bud.
I believe there's one just. He kind of gives you some directions to another part of the Eastway where you can go. It says they sell basic clothes. If you need some more traveling-oriented things, you could try Felagai's. Sorry, no, not that. Oh shoot! I didn't write it down. Give me a sec. There was.
What's the difference between basic and gold?
Well, like, so he's essentially saying if you need something travel-oriented, then there's a particular store you can go to.
So what,
there's a-
like carts and
Cloaks and...
cloaks and backpacks? So versus the other one is like what, peasant clothes or something?
Basically, probably that's kind of what he's insinuating.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find the name of it. 'Cause I thought I wrote it down, but apparently I didn't. Ah, there it is. You could try the Eastway Expeditions. It's down by the docks.
Sounds like a good place to start.
And the other one was
He didn't give it just a generic, and it's just a generic store. It's not actually like a point of interest or anything like that. So just a generic store. And then
So Eastway expeditions will suit my needs then.
If you're the adventuring type, I'd say that's probably a good place to start.
Okay.
We'll be
then.
back to buy some more things probably in like an hour or two. See you soon.
Me too. Thanks
Okay,
for
cool.
showing me your items, Master Rivelin.
He just
Alright,
nods.
guys.
I hope to see you in the arena. I'll be watching from the stands.
Oh, good. Alright, let's go find us some clothes real quick.
Okay. Are you going to just the? If you go to just the generic shop, it's your it is close by, so it's kind of on the way towards the harbor, anyways.
Yeah, I want to stop in there on the way to the East Side store just to see if they have something cheaper that suits my needs. Because I just need like some clothing.
They
just
have
to
like
replace
really
that.
basic clothing. Yeah, it's pretty much like peasant level clothing.
Yeah, that's all I need. So just a replacement for like.
If you want just like a replacement, kind of similar to what you have, I would
Yep.
say it would run you like a silver piece.
Okay, done.
I need maybe some like normal thin cloth that could be bandagey to wrap my arms with.
They have lots of scrap cloth which you can buy.
I would love that.
If you want just like enough, I don't know. Let's say
A copper.
I'd say to wrap your whole arm. You know, they have 5 copper pieces.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Crucible, sir.
Yeah.
I want to give you a shopping list because I think if we drag this out that everybody does this shopping, then this will just take the rest of the session, eat up the rest of the session.
Oh, that's true.
If you guys want to, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I want to get a studded leather armor. I want to get a hand crossbow, and I want to turn the treasure I have into money.
That's
and I
right.
want to get, and I want to get a.
Oh shit!
I want to get.
Sorry, go
No, I actually forgot what I want. The last thing it is, I want a. God damn it! What's the name of the thing again? The thing where you fake papers with. What's
The
the
forgery kit.
Yeah, the forgery kit. I want a forgery kit, studded leather armor, hand crossbow, and I want to turn my treasures into gold.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say.
we all have a collection of treasures. We have 10
found-
agates, and then
Oh yeah, we have all that.
If you're looking to sell any of those sorts of items,
And I know
pretty
this
much
is. I need a fence, and I want to search for a fence.
okay.
I should have an
Like
easier time finding a
like
fence.
a fence of illegal goods, like
I mean, the
stuff
stuff
that's
that we
shady?
the stuff that we stole. I mean, I got the treasure from the Van Thamper house. What is it? It's like a.
I'll
It's
put
like
it
a
this way: you're in
250 gold
Baldur's
pearl
Gate.
necklace.
No one here cares.
Yeah, but, you know, I guess we'll probably get like since he wants to get a forgery kit, he has to find
Okay.
like someone shady for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I also.
Anyone-
I will. So I'll put it to you this way: anything related to armor or weapons, you probably have to find a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, any sort of generic traveling supplies or a lot of tools can be found at most general stores.
Yeah.
Which
probably the
is
one
sort
we're
of-
heading to, like
is-
that east
which-
side
yeah,
thing.
Eastway Expeditions sounds like that
Mhm.
probably meets that expectation. If
Yep.
you're in terms of selling any of the precious stones you have, most like a magic shop will definitely take them because a lot of them can be used for spell components, as well as pretty much any general store will likely also purchase them because they can usually flip them for a profit.
Yeah. I mean, since I'm a rogue, and since I should be able to identify people of my profession in some way, shape, or form, I would just want to spend some time separating from the group and fighting just some shady contact, like a fence or something.
Well,
Okay,
how
so
many
just-
how many
like, what
gems
do
do you have? Because those are all shared within the group. So who's got it? Like, what do we have? I didn't write down.
We got
what we
I thought-
30
I just
electrum
wrote down-
ingots and 20 azurite gems as like stuff that we have from the Van Thamper place too.
So why don't we have Gasz scout out a person to like fence them and just split the money?
It'd be great because all that stuff would be 500 gold.
All right.
Yeah, I
that'd
have
be
at
great.
least 250 gold worth of treasure
Yeah.
with me.
If you
Can
have,
we like fast track that action just so we can get it figured
Sure.
out?
Get some money.
Yeah.
Guys, go ahead and make a. Gonna say.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend some time at the docks. Maybe just look out for people and look out if someone is
What would I make you look
looking
for that?
as he's in the cahoots with a thief guild or something.
Thieves can't.
I just want to say, if
Oh,
you
so
have...
go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Persuasion. Okay.
And I'll say do it with advantage because you're using thieves can't.
What's up, Taldren?
Okay.
If you have gems, Kibnaak would probably buy them off you, because
Really?
he would prefer gems over money.
You can give me 200 gold for 20 azurite gemstones.
I got a 13
said it
because I
was
suck
500
at
gold.
talking.
13? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys good? Can I continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, it takes you a little bit, an hour or two, but you manage to eventually find your way actually pretty close to the wide. And you enter. You're kind of led by an individual who's just kind of working at a stall next to like what appears to be a couple of ruined, almost looking blown out buildings. So you notice now in the wide, it's a large open space, as the name suggests, but there's dotted structures, like remnants of structures all over the place. And within some of the like skeletons of these structures, you see some people with stalls set up. And you're led to this one individual who is kind of like sitting in the dark, shady part of one of these stalls, and he's not even working at the stall, just sitting near it. And he sees you approach, and you give the kind of you were told by another to give this gesture in thieves' cant, and you do. And he kind of just like looks you up and down, and then nods. And are the rest of you coming with him?
No, he'd be doing this
Or
alone, I'm sure.
I will not bring them with me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing this alone. He
Yeah.
looks you up and down, and kind of, almost kind of like, not scowls, but he's like, really? Okay. Just not expecting this from a kobold. And he leads you into, like, inside behind the stall, and moves away a bunch of, like, a straw hay bale, and underneath you see a big trapdoor.
Mm-hmm.
He opens it and leads you down, and you enter what appears to be almost like some sort of catacombs that with massive long halls in all directions. And you quickly realize that there's probably an entire like infrastructure underneath the wide of just catacombs. And the individual simply says, if I just remember the name of it, it's literally on the tip of my tongue. It's in the upper city. What the heck did they call it again? Something with a U, the under something. I should be able to remember.
The
this 'cause it's very
Underdark?
simple.
I was.
No, not the Underdark.
The under something is also a great name.
Welcome to the Undercellar.
Oh, he's talking to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Gasz
He leads you through, and you notice that you see a few people walking around, and you see other storefronts here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot shadier ones.
So first off, knowing in what company I am, I will be on high alert when it comes to my belongings.
Sure, no problem. If you want, I'll let you go ahead and make a perception check while you're just walking around to keep an eye out.
Yep, it's a 19.
Keep that in mind.
Taldren, check.
Eventually you're led to an individual who they're kind of sitting behind a desk where they're surrounded by books and little coffers that all seem to be full of lots of gemstones. There's numerous guards around this individual, and you hand over your all these rare materials you have, these gems and the azurite stones and the electrum ingots.
Mm-hmm.
They take out the little, I forgot what it's called, the little glass you put on your eye to inspect things up close.
A monocle.
No, those are monocles. Those are something else.
There's a
Forgot what they're
specific term
called.
for it.
There's a specific term for it, but they pull out one of those and start inspecting all of them, checking for their, make sure they're legit, essentially.
Yeah, I'm watching his hand,
Eventu-
so everything is, he doesn't take anything and slide
You
off
notice
it
that-
away or something.
He doesn't try. He doesn't try to just take anything or, sleight of hand, a few of them into his jacket or anything like that. And eventually tells you, No, it's about what I expect. And they offer you the.
Okay, so
they offer you the full. They offer you the price that's basically they're worth.
okay, so I have a 250 gold pearl necklace, a 50 gold platinum cameo of a cat, and a 75.
So they'll give you the price for all of them. So whatever they're at, you just get that much money.
Okay. Yeah, somebody else wants to turn their gems into money, I guess.
We've
Because then
actually
the-
decided that instead of selling it to this guy you painstakingly found to us, Kibnaak wants to
Well,
buy all of them.
you
for
can sell the
200 gold.
electrum ingots and stuff like that to this guy
Ah.
and other bits and bobs, but Kibnaak wants the gems, so I get money, he get gem.
Very well. Yeah, so I guess like everybody who gave Gus stuff will get its worth back in coin.
What the heck else did we have for the dragon?
For the electrum ingots. And do we want to decide on if we want to sell any of the Tiamat artifacts?
I thought you already did.
We hadn't.
No, we still have them.
Rivelin was like,
We sold.
I don't touch that shit, man.
Mhm.
I was like, all right. But we have what, that crown?
Oh, 'cause
we
you,
have.
you told them you told them where you got it from, right?
Yeah, and he was
Yeah,
like,
that's why.
nope.
We should probably hold on to those. I
Should
feel
we?
like that's probably important.
I feel like it's a target.
We're already a target.
It's more of a target. What's better, to be a target plain or to be a target?
I will say like
with extra
there's
spending power?
nothing. You identified them and you
Yeah, they're
to
not
make sure that any of
magical.
them are magical. Like there's nothing special about them other than their material value.
The only thing
But-
that will happen is that the cultists will, detect object potentially and track us down.
But then,
No.
but if we sell it, aren't we just handing off the target
To
to
another
some
person.
innocent dude?
Innocent? I'm giving it to a fence.
Oh well, then go ahead.
actually
You
don't
guys are
disagree.
anything but innocent.
I don't disagree.
I'm still against it, but I'll leave it up to you guys.
Rue's a little fed up with the people of Baldur's Gate in general. She's just sell it.
Here's a
These
bomb.
people
Hold
are
on to
all-
this.
Okay. So yeah, I guess
They're
turn it
all
into
a
money.
lost cause, so.
I don't know who
Okay,
had this written
then-
down.
Yeah, I guess turn it into money, and then I will also try to buy a forgery kit at this wonderful dark.
Yeah, you
and
could
shady
definitely
marketplace.
within the underseller, you could definitely find things like that.
Okay.
It's gonna be just the price of whatever it is in the player's handbook, which.
So can I add a hand crossbow, a forgery kit, and a studded leather armor to my stuff?
That stuff you would have to go to a blacksmith for. You might be able to find it here as well.
Yeah, I mean it's thief
I
equipment.
would say for that, make either perception or investigation, your choice.
I'm gonna do the
You could just
perceptions.
ask, I mean.
Oh no, I'm bad now. It's just an 8.
You don't find anything around here, unfortunately. That means that you'd have to go to a blacksmith.
Okay, what about the forgery kit? Can I buy that?
Yes, I'm just getting the price for it. Hold on.
Cool. I mean, I can look it up and.
I'm
So-
already here, so.
So that can
I
be
am
deducted from
definitely-
whatever the Electrum ingots and the Tiamat stuff sold for from
Yeah.
your share.
So
then.
the Tiamat stuff was 10 eye agates, a dragon mask, and the bronze crown. And the agates were 10 gold each. The mask was 25 gold, and the crown is 250.
I mean, whoever has it, just turn it into gold and put it on your total.
Forgery kit is 15 gold pieces.
It's so cheap.
Get it?
I have
Done.
literally no idea who had all this stuff. It might be me.
What's
Well, then-
Tiamat
then
plus
put it on- then
Electrum
put it on your
divided
bank.
by 6?
Because otherwise it just gets too complicated. Just whoever wants it, just turn it to gold and put it on your bank, I guess.
Well, no, just divide it by 6, and evenly we all participated in the sewers. Remember that? Remember how bad it smelled?
I remember that. That was really bad.
Oh,
I
Rhos.
don't.
You don't have a nose, do you?
It's covered in metal.
Hmm?
No, I probably still have sewer
I would
shit
like to
sneaking
buy
through.
ingredients for poisons, if that's possible.
For poisons.
Yeah.
Okay. They would definitely also have stuff like that. Let me just see about price. All the stuff is in the book here. I'm just gonna
I
find
think
it.
like basic poison is 100 gold pieces worth market value. So if you want to,
you can get. They have acid. Get a vial of acid.
Yeah, the problem with poison in D&D is that it doesn't give you like any good examples.
Yeah.
Yes. Basic poison is 100 gold pieces.
Yeah.
For a single vial.
So, do you want to do half for the materials if I want to craft it myself?
That's generally how it works. You need if you're crafting it yourself, you're with the poisoner's kit, right? There's usually actually rulings on that. So, they don't give you one. Interestingly enough.
Yeah, it's very vague. There's a lot of player homebrew stuff.
I will say that yes, if you want to make it yourself, it'll take half the value to make it yourself. So you'll need 50 golds worth of materials, whatever those materials may be, to craft poison.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to buy like 1,000 gold pieces worth of poison materials.
How many? Sorry.
200 gold pieces.
200 gold pieces. Okay.
Yeah. So 4 times the.
Yeah, that should be easy enough in a place like this without much issue. So you find that.
Okay. I'm gonna deduct the money, and then I'm done here.
Okay.
Great.
Did you guys want to still go to Eastway Expeditions? The rest of you?
Nah, I think we're good. I'm good if you guys are.
Yep, I'm gonna go buy that staff. I have money now.
Yeah.
Great, do it.
The only thing I still have in my inventory, which I would like to sell, is the silver brush for 100 gold.
There you go, 100 gold. Boom.
Yeah, any of that you can give in to Gasz, and he would have fenced it for you.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
So-
I still have the Lady Vamthamper's hat. It's star shaped. Is that worth anything?
Her hat? Okay.
Yeah, I took her hat. I was wearing it the whole time I was fighting her too.
Sure. We'll say while you're at the clothing store, they see it and they go like, "Oh wow, this is some fine quality material. Oh, I'll give you 25 gold pieces for it."
You can have it for that.
All right, you get 25 gold pieces for her hat.
Fantastic.
I definitely just picture like Lady Demetresque's hat for some reason.
Put a star shape.
I also have
Big hat.
I also still have the Duke's finger in my inventory.
Can you sell that?
Can't sell that. Sorry, no one wants it. Also,
You
yeah,
can
you
that.
go back to the Sorcerer Sundries, and Rivlin happily sells you the staff.
Fantastic.
He goes-
Wait, do you
he
have
goes-
enough
he
on your
goes
own,
and grabs
Theraden?
it.
Yeah, I
Or do you
do
need some
now.
help?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right on.
You go back and he says, "Oh, well, that's just quick. You got some money really quickly."
Well, we've been doing a
Well-
lot of work.
Fair enough. All right. Here you go. 1,300 gold pieces as promised. Be seeing you
Right on.
soon.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Blacksmith.
And as you're leaving the store, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh, my dice are covered
All
by
of
a
us?
notebook.
Just him, because I think he's the only one who went back.
Okay. Well, we all kind of went with him. We're waiting outside.
Okay. Well, I'll just say him do a perception check.
Okay.
5.
5? All right.
For
All right. You can add a wand of the War Mage +1 to your inventory. But in your case, it's a staff.
Staff of the War
because, I mean,
Mage.
staves are way cooler than
So much
wands.
cooler. Do I have to attune to it? Damn it, I do. Okay.
You do.
I'll do that later.
All right. I think a few of you also need to go to a blacksmith, correct?
Bodacksmith.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah,
Please.
Easy enough. Lots of blacksmiths in the city that do various kinds of work. You said you're looking for plate armor, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
preferably, since Kleeck has needed repairs in the past, if he knows of somebody reputable that he's been to before, he would probably just lead the party to them.
Okay. There is. I don't have like an NPC set up for this, but
No,
I'll just
that's
say-
fine. We should
I'll just say
expedite it anyways.
you know that there is a few particular shops that the Flaming Fist oftentimes used for, ordering materials or certain types of armor or weapons that you can definitely go to order, and they're fairly reputable. They make some pretty decent quality stuff. again, prices are pretty much the same as they would be from the player's handbook for pricing. So if you're looking for the plate armor, actually,
I mean, I would like to haggle it down a little bit, anyways, if I could, because I don't need the helmet. I don't need the helmet, and I've worked with him before. I'm part of the Flaming Fist. Also, we're gonna put on a good show at the arena. Or do you want to see your hard work on display?
Ooh.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Maybe you'll even disclose where you bought it from.
Oh,
That's a
sponsor.
23.
23.
Expertise already coming in handy.
Heck yeah.
Jeez, for persuasion, all right. 23 is very good. The blacksmiths, having done work for the Flaming Fist before, knowing you, they go like, all right, so they'll do a deal with you, and they drop it down to 1,100 gold pieces instead of 1,500.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, I'm taking that.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you now have plate armor in your inventory. Full plates. Can't wait to never hit you.
Yeah, boy, 22
What is your AC now? Oh my
22.
lord.
Oh, wow.
Nobody's gonna
Especially
hit
with the
me.
shield.
What was it?
too.
What was it before?
It was 20.
20.
So
I'm
here's
gonna
the
roll.
thing.
I'm gonna roll for attack now.
Here's
Oh.
the thing. Here's the thing.
For 5.
When
I
ACs
missed.
start getting that high, the spellcasters start appearing.
Yeah,
No
that's the
AC
thing,
don't
right?
do nothing against spells.
If
So-
you equipped if you equipped
Oh my
the
God, even
shield you guys have,
26.
he'd have 24.
Or 24.
If
oh my
Think about
I
that.
also I have this old chainmail. He already gave me a sweet deal. Whatever he wants for the chainmail is fine.
I have a chain shirt that's medium armor.
How about he'll just take it along and beep that part of the discount.
Okay, that's fine.
He'll just use it for scrap.
All
Okay, I
right,
wanna-
cool.
All right, and Gaz, you said you wanted
Hand crossbow,
studded
studded
leather
leather.
and hand crossbow, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me, please.
Studded leather armor.
You guys hear Houdini in the background there? Hanging
Meow.
out?
Still following us. Good
I,
kitty.
I want him in my hood as much as possible.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about the cat. To be honest,
I mean,
cat,
we
the
said he'd
cat
probably...
basically is probably hanging out at the tavern.
Mhm.
Yeah,
As it's like, oh, there's a lot of food around here,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna chill around here for a bit.
food, people, mice.
Is there like any medium armor that's better than chain shirt that the blacksmith
Oh, yeah.
would have?
Let's look in the player's
Definitely.
handbook.
Oh, hold on, let me see.
So the
Is
best
it
medium,
somewhere
best
that I can
medium armor
browse?
is.
This is
Yeah,
taking so
this
long.
is all in the player's handbook.
Yeah.
If you go to
Okay.
the player's handbook and go to chapter 5 equipment, you can
Page
see everything
150.
there.
Is that on medium?
So for
that's
the
adventure
studded
gear.
leather armor, it's going to run you 45 gold pieces.
Yep.
And the hand crossbow,
Armor's
I
145.
believe that's a martial weapon, is it not?
It is.
Hand crossbow is 75 gold pieces.
Okay.
You could get a breastplate, Drain.
Hmm.
It's medium armor, 14 plus dex, not disadvantage on stealth.
14 plus dex to a max of +2.
Yes.
Keep that in mind.
So it's 120 and 1 gold piece for a bag of bolts.
Bag of you mean
Yeah,
bolts?
bolts.
20 bolts. I think they
20
run
bolts.
like 1
I
gold
heard a
piece.
bag of bowls.
A bag of bolts.
I'm going to shoot him with bowls.
Bolts.
Would you add some of these like on top of the like chain shirt? I assume.
No,
no,
they
you have to
replaced it.
equip. Yeah, one or the other.
They replaced it. It's one or the other.
Okay. All right.
1, 2, 1.
So like, what's your dexterity modifier?
My dexterity modifier is 14.
That's
14. Then the breastplate would be the best option
Yeah.
for you. It would give you the most defense.
So you'd have 16
Okay.
AC.
So breastplate is 400 gold pieces.
And
You won't be able to get it immediately because it has to be resized because breastplates are fitted perfectly to the individual.
What about
So
my leather
if you-
armor?
Your leather armor is generic enough that you don't need to get that
Oh,
personalized.
it's made for kids.
He's
I think
tiny.
kid size
And there's
one.
normally you'd also need to do that with full plate armor, but for reasons that doesn't need to happen.
We're gonna have a conversation.
In in Kleeck's case.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need some time before the arena as well, just as a heads
Well,
up.
I mean, we
Yeah,
have until
looks-
tomorrow.
Looks like it would add 1
Oh,
to my
that's
armor class.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, and 1 AC is
yeah.
a big deal, man.
It would give you 14 base, and then your dexterity modifier gives you +2, so you should have 16 armor
16.
class.
Yeah, I would just add a point to my.
Yep, that's
Armor.
definitely worth it. Armor class.
Much
is-
better at this level.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay, so you put your order in. The blacksmith simply tells you it'll be ready. He can make it ready when you do. You guys, I'm assuming you guys probably let him know that
We're
you
gonna
said
be in the
you were telling
arena.
him that you're going to the arena. Yeah, he says like, you could probably get it ready for you by tomorrow afternoon or before the arena.
Sweet.
Cool.
Okay.
Hey, real quick, does this guy have any like staffs that are pretty good or anything like that? Anything magical?
He has all. He has anything that's a normal weapon.
Normal?
He has.
He does
so
not have
all the
magical
weapons
Not
and all the armor.
magically
He just
enchanted
nothing,
anything.
magic. No.
Okay, that would be
He-
sorcerer sundries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be more sorcerer sundries.
Can I retcon a little bit and ask if they had any staffs there?
They did not. I don't think. Let me go through real quick.
Okay.
They do not. No, they have no staffs.
Okay, that's fine. We're good.
I
I
also
have a
assume he-
question.
Sure.
Can blacksmiths like reinforce or upgrade? Well, it makes sense, but maybe it's not a thing in D&D.
Some can, but they would need access. They would need to be first very highly trained. They have to be very good blacksmiths, and they
Okay.
need very particular materials to do so. I would say the easiest one to do is silvering, which is they basically kind of like silver plate your weapon to make it count as if it was magical, but without actually being magical, so that if you attacked a creature that normally is resistant to non-magical weapons, you could still attack it and get full damage.
Is that
You
something I
can't-
can do with staff?
Sorry?
Is that something I could do with a staff?
Yeah, you can do it with any weapon.
How much would it cost?
I believe, if I recall, it's two or 300 gold pieces.
And keep in mind, you won't have your weapon for like a day.
Yeah, it'll
That's
take.
true.
It takes time.
Actually, silvering
Until
would actually take
tomorrow
longer than that.
afternoon.
It would
You
actually
do
take
have your
longer than
weapons.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would probably take longer than that.
Silvering
Probably
is a
take it
long
2 or 3
process.
days. Let me.
It's okay. At level 7, you get to punch ghosts as a monk. It's fine.
Nice.
Silver weapons. So someone's blah blah blah. You can silver sorry, it's 100 gold pieces for a weapon, or you could also silver ammunition at also 100 gold pieces, and you get 10 of whatever the ammunition type is.
And how much time would it take?
I'm gonna say 3 days.
Okay, so I don't have enough time, so drop it.
Okay.
Yeah, speaking of magical weapons, I assume the sorcerer and sundries.
I mean, if you have just a generic quarterstaff, the blacksmith's probably be willing to, if you purchase the weapon, if you purchased a weapon from him, he'll take yours, and then you can return the weapon you purchased from him, and he'll give you like the money back.
Okay, how much is this
So
silver?
long as you don't destroy the weapon.
Yeah,
Quarterstaff
much
is 2 silver pieces.
for a silvered quarter staff?
No, for 2 silver pieces for a regular
He's
quarterstaff.
going to
It'll be,
I
silver
don't need
your
that. I already
quarterstaff.
have that.
and it'll be 100 gold. Or you could just order a quarterstaff from him and silver it, and then pick it up later and you continue using yours.
Okay, but we're probably gonna leave after the arena, so I don't know if we'll be around for me to pick it up.
Yeah, and keep in mind, not all monsters are weak to silver.
You were
It's-
told well, it's not weak. It's to avoid
Magical
to
resistances,
monsters. To monsters that have resistance to non-magic attacks.
Exactly.
Because some monsters, when you attack them, if you're not using a magical weapon,
It's
it
half
won't do
damage.
as much damage.
Yeah.
It's half
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
So,
So,
and you were told to leave within the 10-day. So you have 10 days.
Okay.
Now 9 days. So you don't have to leave immediately.
Okay, so in that case, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pay 100 gold to get a staff silvered. I'm just gonna
Okay.
purchase a new staff. So that's 100 gold plus how many copper or how many silver?
2
did you
silver
say?
pieces. So 100 gold
silver.
and 2 silver pieces.
Can I actually sell him my old staff afterwards to negate the 2 silver?
Sure.
Cool. So 100 gold, and I'll pick that up
Sure.
later. That's it, right?
Yep.
Cool. Good to go.
Making notes on all of this.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I adjusted
I'm
my
writing it
currency.
down.
Anyone else silvering weapons?
Yeah, I want to
Silvering
ask.
your greatsword?
No. So I assume the sorcerer and sundry shopkeeper doesn't have, like, probably only light weapons and stuff like that. He probably
No,
doesn't
he
have-
doesn't have everything. He just has a limited inventory.
yeah.
I can list you off what he has.
I mean, I'm looking for +1 great axe, but
Nope.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
The only +1 anything he has is a +1 shortbow at the moment.
Yeah, and who wants that?
There's +1 shortbow, dagger of venom, dimensional shackles, flail of warning, several various scrolls, tentacle rod, vicious glaive, and on the wand of the war mage, which now has been purchased.
A tentacle rod.
Yeah, we
Uh,
don't.
That's
No
pretty
thanks.
kinky.
Ugh.
Shut up.
That's the most expensive item on the list.
Of course it is.
How much? Okay, so, and this shopkeeper here, the smith, only sells normal weapons.
Mhm.
So
Only normal weapons, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I don't do the thing with like magic shops where they just carry like every type of
Yeah.
like weapon as a magical weapon. They have limited stock of what they carry, and it's I randomize it.
Yeah.
I like that better.
So, how much would the great axe cost?
A great axe.
Yeah, with silver. Oh, actually, I mean, I don't know.
A great axe is 30 gold pieces. If you want to silver it, that's be 130 gold pieces.
Okay.
But it would also take time.
It would. He has great axes already made. He just have to silver it, so it would take 3 days as well.
Can I check other? I mean, there are probably several blacksmiths. Can I check if they have?
All the blacksmiths only carry the standard type
Okay.
weapons. None of the blacksmiths here. I don't make blacksmiths carry magical stuff unless it's a very special blacksmith. But all of the blacksmiths that are readily available in the city are just your average, working blacksmiths. They're not like some legendary dwarven blacksmith that can make, mithril weapons or
This is
something like
Baldur's Gate.
Then
It's big, inexpensive, but not fancy.
Yeah.
Also, magic stuff is rare.
Pretty rare.
Even the basic stuff. Like, not many people have magical equipment.
I want to look for Hattori Hanzo.
Hattori Hanzo!
Sorry, but not in this city.
Oh, god damn it.
in that case, I probably would like to just buy the great axe and sell the great sword.
Okay. Well, you have to hold on to your greatsword first, unless you want to be without a weapon.
If
Are
he's
you
not
getting it
silvering
silvered?
it, then
Are you silvering it?
It takes 3 days, right?
to silver,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
But the arena is tomorrow.
It is.
so,
Correct.
You can sell him your old one later, pick it up later. It'll be
Yeah.
after the arena, but whatever.
We're gonna need it going forward, probably.
Yep. Just do it.
Nah, it just give me the great sword now.
The great axe.
The
Okay.
great axe. I mean, yeah.
So, is anyone silvering anything other than? So we just have the staff for silvering then.
Just me, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have the money.
Well, I have the money. I
Okay.
wanna
Then
spend it.
is there any other shopping you guys would like to do?
That's it. I think we're
I have-
done, you guys.
Let me
I
just.
have 89
I
gold.
would
I'm
silver
good.
my staff, but I don't have enough money, so and I
I'll
need it.
spot you. I'll spot you the 100 gold. Silvering the staff. Ready? We're
Okay.
doing it.
Wait, you don't
Oh,
have enough.
I don't have any left.
You don't
That's
have
fine.
enough money.
I
What
got you.
happens to all your
I
money?
want
Silvered
to
staffs.
not have as much weight to carry around, so that's what we're doing.
2 silver
Okay,
I
staves.
get-
so
I still
and
have like
how
1,000
much? Wait,
gold
how much is it
pieces.
silver?
100 gold pieces.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it. Oh, well, I have
Yeah.
enough then. I'm sorry.
Well, fuck
I-
you then. Jesus.
I still don't have enough under those conditions for my long sword. But
Oh.
fuck it, it's fine.
I thought it was like 300. So
No.
You've not been
Oh.
listening. Pay attention.
yeah, I should have just all the stuff. I keep
wish I
track
could
of it
put
all.
this through to speak for you.
Okay, just one last thing, just so I know. If I
Okay.
one last thing.
Okay.
Crucible. If I
Yeah.
want to sell something, is it half or of the market value?
Half. If you want more than that, you'd have to haggle.
I'm just doing half because I don't want to bother you with that because I want to keep this going. So I'm gonna sell my leather armor.
Don't worry, this is how shopping always works with every group
Well,
that
it,
plays
like,
D&D.
it starts out being roleplay, and then it rapidly just goes downhill to like, okay, buy this thing, buy this thing.
Yeah.
How many do you have? How many do you
Do
have?
it.
I mean,
it,
I
yeah.
would love to do it role playing, but not with like 7 people. This is
It takes
just-
like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's from now on, like, let's just try to make the shopping brief.
I mean,
'cause this is
unless
really
it like has value to be a moment where Crucible
Yeah.
keeps rolling
Yeah.
perception checks for me every time I come out of Sorcerer Sundries for some goddamn reason, then sure.
Okay. All right. Now what, guys? Where are we going?
We gotta go sign up for the arena still.
Yep.
Let's go sign up
Okay.
for the arena.
So you make your way over to the Wide. And you see kind of more in the center, and Gasz, you would have seen this as well when you were here going to the Understellar. A structure that's it looks like it's built almost like in a crescent shape, and you couldn't quite tell because you didn't quite close enough, but you could definitely make out stands. Let me give me a second here, real quick. Where did I put my notes? Here. All right. So you go through the Wide. At this point, it's probably mid-afternoon. It's, bustling. There's lots of people going in about buying things, selling things. Criers trying to get everyone's attention for one product or another. And you approach the arena itself. You see a large open pit as you approach it from somewhat it would be the northeastern side, as that seems to be the main entrance. It just you're along the road and you just go up to an opening that just leads out into these large crescent-shaped stands. In the center, you see a large open pit in the ground, flanked by 4 massive storm dragon statues.
Ooh.
The pit is surrounded by covered, tiered stands that face the pit itself. The pit is surrounded also by a lower ring down inside of it, before reaching the base of the arena. The walls a jagged, sharp limestone, with the arena seemingly filled with whitish sand. The walls were dotted with numerous sharp wooden stakes driven into the walls on both the lower part of the arena and the ring itself, all around the perimeter. Stands at the moment are empty, as there's no event going on, but you do see workers preparing. You see some working on, any part of these stands that were deteriorated. You see some down in the pits doing some cleanup, and all sorts of other manner of workers kind of just tidying up, probably for the event tomorrow. You do also make note that on one part of the stands, almost directly opposite from the main entrance, seems to be more raised, and the area there seems to be a little bit more lushly decorated. The seats there are nicer, and they have cushions, likely you believe to be for the richer individuals who are coming to see a show.
Except for the ones that we killed yesterday.
Aw.
Yes.
Alright, where's sign-ups at? If we're gonna do this, let's do this.
You do notice right before the entrance to the arena, you see to the left a larger red structure, and then somewhat to the right and more behind the arena, you see another structure that they seem to be somewhat tied to the arena itself. You don't know where to go though.
I'm gonna go for the one that's tied to the arena itself and see if I can
They
find
both
someone to
are.
ask. They both are. Oh,
Yeah,
so the
there's
one
one red structure and one just the one in the far back.
Yeah, that one.
You approach it and you see lots of carts here surrounding the structure,
Okay.
of all sorts, of all sizes, and
Carts.
I'd say everyone make a perception check.
Okay.
Me with
I assume
disadvantage
we're
because I'm in the
all going.
sunlight.
For the kobolds, yes, it is still daylight out, so you do have
Yeah.
disadvantage.
I got 20.
I got a 10.
20.
23.
That's 11.
I'll say anyone who gets a 15 or more, you do notice that some of the carts, some of them are covered, but a few of them are like half uncovered or uncovered entirely.
What?
You see a lot of cages.
Mm.
Some very large, incredibly large even.
Oh boy.
You see also numerous racks of weapons and all sorts of manner of other interesting, to put the least, utility and tools.
So does this seem like the area where people are checking in with like the monsters?
You see a lot of people here milling about, moving supplies and stuff. If you want to get someone's attention and find out, you probably could.
I'd like to do that, but first, DM, can I ask if I can get any particular scents from these cages that I would be familiar with?
In what way?
Smell of anything.
Make a perception check. You can get, like, honestly, no one's paying you guys too much mind.
I just rolled a
They all
natural
seem
20.
busy. Natural 20?
I was gonna say I'll do guidance, but never mind.
You approach one particular cage. It's fairly large, maybe about 10 feet. Say about 7 feet across both sides in a square.
Mhm.
You kind of smell it, and you're like, it definitely smells like there was an animal maybe kept in this, but you're not sure what kind. Make a nature check.
Okay.
Guidance.
So you get a
rolled
D4.
10, another D4. Okay. And plus 4, 14.
14. Fortunately, you don't know what this could be.
Okay.
You definitely smell there's the hints of like animal, that animals were kept in like a cage like this, and you look at the other ones and it's the same case. You see signs of like, droppings.
Can I look at them?
Big droppings? Large, scary
I mean, like
droppings?
residue of them, like they've been cleaned up. It's not like
I'm
they're
assuming big
like-
because the cages seem big.
Some of the cages are quite large. Some are smaller. They're human-sized or even smaller than that.
Okay.
But some of them look like they haven't been used in a while, and some look like they might have been fresh.
Okay.
So are they just like out in the open, just
Not
standing there?
completely out in the open. So this structure is kind of almost warehouse-ish, and there's large double doors that open up into it. You can't see inside as the doors are like only partly ajar, but there's lots of carts around the structure that have these cages.
Okay, so with my 11, I wouldn't notice the cages in the first place because I'm just squinting my eyes and.
They'd be hard to see. I mean, like most of the cages are either half covered in like tarp or completely covered in their carts.
Okay, I guess it's
Like
oblivious.
it's clear that the people they're not trying to hide it. Like people know that likely they keep possibly dangerous animals or other things for whatever purposes they use them for. It's at this point, because you guys are milling about and kind of sniffing around, one of the a human calls over to you, walks over, looks sweaty, looks like they've been working all day. They're like, "Oi, what are you lot in here for?"
Oh, we're looking to sign up at the arena, actually.
Oh, wrong building. You want to go over to that one? That's the admissions. They can sign you
Damn
up
it.
there.
Thanks.
I picked the wrong one, you guys.
That's fine. Come now. Let's not dally. Theraden looks kind of about the whole thing.
Yeah. I'm not particularly enthused either. I just kind of want to get it over with.
Head the group over to the other building then.
Luckily, Gasz doesn't notice the cages.
All right. Well, I mean, you could have noticed them when part of your party was investigating them. I mean, Rue went up and started sniffing one, so
Oh.
so you would have seen them afterwards.
Well, okay, I guess in that case, Gasz would be really interested in the cages. He's actually probably examining them, probably being like very alert, seeing them, and he would be on the lookout for the picture of a manticore, not like a actual manticore, but maybe like a picture of a manticore.
Go ahead and make a perception check. Again, it just or investigation. I'll say. If you
I'm gonna
prefer-
do investigation because I don't have disadvantage on
So
that.
you want disadvantage.
No, it's a 4. It's an 8 total.
No, sorry, you don't see anything.
It's a shame.
Nothing that matches that description.
So yeah, you see Gasz like looking around, going like between the cages. Seems like on the lookout for something, but doesn't find it and returns to the group.
All right, come on, everyone. Let's not be where we're not wanted.
You enter this other building, this red-roofed, little bit nicer. This one has more of that like entryway kind of feel to it, sort of the haha, welcome sort of demeanor or styling. There's a few people here, and there's a lineup actually leading inside. What do you guys do? You guys just walk in? You guys get in line?
Yeah.
I guess
Get in line, I guess. Well, actually, I'm going to ask the people in line. I'm going to say, hey, are you here for the signups?
Some older woman is the one you kind of talk to, and she turns and goes like, "Oh, no. This is for the tickets."
You know where I'd be able to find the signups for the
I
arena?
believe it's in the same building. You should just walk in.
Let's just
Okay.
walk in.
I just walk in.
We just walk
Alright.
in.
Gasz
You enter, and the
quickly
line
walks
does
in.
lead to what appears to be like a teller front desk kind of deal, and money is being exchanged, and then people are being given tickets, likely selling for the seats for the show tomorrow. There is then on the far end of this sort of lobby entrance area, you do see another table that just has a sign in common that simply says arena signups. In front of it, you actually notice a colorful individual. Give me a second here. Where did I put that? You see a male human, quite flamboyantly dressed and colorfully clothed, sort of like really like almost like frills everywhere, and with a large sort of like almost top hat-esque look. Just talking with another talking with someone seated at the table that it says signups.
Okay.
Walk right up to that.
Okay, just walk right up.
Yep.
All right. Both individuals turn to you. The colorful one goes like, "Oh, are you here for the signups?
Oh God.
No.
We have space still."
Yes, we happen to be.
All right. Well, unfortunately, the first two matches are already filled, but
course they are.
the third one is still available with the largest prize pool.
Of course.
Of course it is. Can you tell me?
Should have come earlier if you wanted the other ones.
Yeah, we were busy. Other things. Could you perchance tell me what we'd be fighting? Even a hint.
Well, it's a bit of a surprise.
Of course it is.
Can't tell you that. That's part of the excitement.
Kleeck would speak up and say, "Sir, I understand that it would be exciting for the crowd, but perhaps giving at least a bit of a hint might allow us to enhance the show, to cause some upset and suspense on who truly will win, rather than a massacre should things go poorly or well."
Depends
Well,
on your perspective.
Persuasion check if I've ever heard one.
Sure. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Oh, I hope it's good.
Can I try and assist him by?
How are you assisting him?
I just kind of wrap an arm
Spirit
around
energy.
him, wrap an arm around his shoulders and go, "We do want to put on a good show after all." And I'll make my hand. I'll basically cast Shocking Touch on the air and just spark the air around my hand with a smirk.
Okay.
I will smile in the background.
Roll with advantage.
And go.
Okay. Oh, well, thank God for the advantage, because that's a 1.
Oh yeah.
No!
Okay, and then the other one is good. Do I have guidance as
You
well?
have guidance. Yep.
Okay, that's a 4. So
Whoa.
that's gonna be a 25.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Right on.
Even at your worst, you're amazing.
The power of friendship.
Oh. 14 plus 7 plus 4.
Heck yeah.
The individual kind of like holds his tongue for a moment. I can't just tell you what it is, but let's just say fire is involved.
Well,
The one thing that you had. Oh, great. Perfect. Thank you so
thank
much.
you so
That is
much.
that
I'll
will
whisper
be...
at Kleeck. I'll look at him. The shield. Use the shield.
What if it attunes to me?
This
Fire resistance.
it's just
And I'll be honest with
know
you.
how much is on the line right now.
He continues. I'll be honest with you. It's quite surprising when we get someone to sign up for this one. It's usually the final bout always ends in a massacre. But that's what
You're
people
not
come here to
exactly
pay for.
encouraging us, so
Well, you seem like a fine lot. I wanted to make sure you knew what you were getting yourselves into. So charming.
When is the fight taking place? In the middle of the day?
Tomorrow evening, after the other fights, as well as the opening act.
Gasz is saying to Kip, this is just like an open arena, and it's gonna be very bright. I don't know if I want to fight
It
here.
isn't. Please, it's tomorrow evening specifically.
It's in
so
the
it's
evening.
Like,
It'll be
it's
shaded.
in the
Oh.
It's like just after sundown, because the show is set to start in like the mid-afternoon, and then there's an opening act, and then there's the first 2 rounds, and then your fight.
So you
Oh.
should be okay.
So
So-
it is going to be in the evening. I will say you won't have disadvantage.
Yeah, because I actually wanted to ask, because of that reason I want to ask, I think there's an item to cover your eyes, like
Sunglasses.
You can get goggles. I
Pretty
mean,
much.
if you want to look for some kind of item, you always could. But yeah, this
that's
would
what
be
I want to
this fight would be at night. So
and we've got all tomorrow for that too. So, oh, it's at night. Oh, okay.
Well,
Got it.
Evening.
the entire
Got it.
it's in the evening. It's like
Oh.
So
And so we have like a
Just
season
after
where it's
sundown.
still like bright.
Got it.
Okay.
yeah,
fine.
and it just depends if you guys show up. If you want to show up to see the other performances, you can.
Mhm.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you guys can just show up for yours.
we've actually walked ourselves into the biggest problem for a party.
Mhm.
Because Kleeck will pick up the quill, and think for a second.
Yeah. So
Go up to
you
the group
read
and
my
say,
mind.
Oh,
What
So-
what do we write for a group name?
Oh, that's
So he goes like,
Shit.
yes, I need you to fill out this line here, and this is to sign off on your, for any damages.
Theraden
And
pulls off his
you'll just have to sign it
glasses.
with, what do you want us to call you?
Theoden pulls off
Oh,
his glasses and
boy.
sighs and just goes, "Oh, I forgot. People use group names for don't they? Oh no. Oh boy. What about the misfits?
You want
I'm
want
just
us to be
throwing
called
out
Miss-
ideas.
There are going to be people in the crowd. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I hate it as
You
much
want-
as
You
Anybody
want us
else?
to be called the
no.
Misfits?
It's
Are we
called-
thinking
it's
about
called
names right
brainstorming.
now?
We're thinking about group
Yes.
names.
Oh,
Yes. What's your favorite group name?
oh, I don't know. How about? I don't know. He's blanking.
What about the
I'm not
Slayers.
going to
Slayers?
write down. I don't know. The Slayers. That's kind of generic.
It's on the nose,
Don't you
but
think?
I
We
really,
need-
I really
need-
like it.
We need something with flair.
oh my god.
goodness, this isn't my strong suit.
Nor. First thing that comes to mind. Go, buddy.
Nor looks petrified.
He's still
Please
pointing the
don't.
quill at you.
The petrifiers.
I don't think I can write down nervous laughter.
Calcification crew.
Spell.
The what crew?
Calcification crew?
Calcification
What is
crew.
it?
6 kobolds in a trench coat.
Oh
6 kobolds,
my lord.
2 kobolds, and 4 friends. I like that.
We're the worst at this.
I wish our break was right now.
Yeah,
I want
I
something
purposely
funny.
wasn't going to tell you guys about this because I wanted you to struggle.
I've just
Shit.
thinking about this for a fucking
Shit.
hour.
Talk about a way to extend the length of a session.
You gotta pick a name.
I mean, we've
You
already been
gotta pick a
shopping
name.
for an hour and a half, and now...
What was the name of the woman on the statue?
Which statue?
Or not the statue, but the Lady Van Thamper.
Uh-huh.
She was kneeling to an altar of...
Do you mean the temple that was like before the secret room?
The angel or devil or whatever.
You know that to be Zariel, the Archduke of Alvernus.
What?
The Archdevil, sorry. Archdevil of Avernus.
Well...
What if we...
Seems like... Oh,
what if we call ourselves something intimidating, like Zariel's downfall? Or something like that.
That's not bad.
Maybe something a little more non-specific, like
She already knows about us, I'm sure.
We dealt with a lot of cultists. How about we call us
We seem to...
Children of Baal?
Oh no! No!
That's
The individual goes like, no, that we can't allow that one.
Oh,
I think that's
Vanquishers of
equivalent.
Baal. That's a little long.
It's a little specific and small
I think
potatoes.
just mentioning ball is kind of like
Don't do
swearing
that.
in a
Oh.
public space. We
We
probably
seem
don't
to be a very
want to do that shit.
weird bunch, and we seem to get in all sorts of trouble, so we should just call us Dorks in danger or something like that. I don't know.
that sounds stupid.
Who would ever name
It's-
something like that?
Why?
It doesn't inspire the most confidence.
What
But
is
I
it?
like where you're
dork,
going.
Anyway.
What is a dork even? I never heard that.
I've never heard of that.
Kibnaak, what is a dork?
No, Kibnaak, please elaborate. What is
Maybe
this?
I should
dork?
have. Maybe I should give you guys some advance warning on this.
Is that,
That's it.
is that a
I'm gonna
kobold
make-
thing?
I mean, it does have a ring to it.
What about like
just made it
something
up.
with the word motley in it?
Like a motley crew?
The Motley
Yes.
Crew.
The Motley Crew.
That sounds like an upstanding group with no problems at all.
Sounds a little like,
Motley mates.
The motley mates.
So we're not the dangerous dorks.
dangerous dorks.
I do like dangerous dorks. You should put a pin in that one and use that.
Maybe for today we can be called
For when we-
Zariel's downfall.
I liked the Hellsbane.
Look, if you guys are having a hard time with it,
Husband,
look,
I'm
you can just name the group after one of yourselves for now.
We can do it. It's fine. We have
We're not
performance
having
Can
a
anxiety.
I
problem.
please
This is-
pull an intimidation check on this guy?
Let's do it.
What? Excuse me? You want to intimidate this guy?
I
Why?
want to give him a glance like, don't you dare interrupt us right now.
We're on a
Make
we're
an
on a roll.
intimidation check.
Natural 20.
Oh
Yes.
Lord. Stop
Both
yourself.
him and the guy at the desk who's just like waiting to like write things down. It's just, they just both go like, they just hands go up and they're like, sorry.
Anyway,
I liked Hellsbane.
Hellsbane.
Just as one work.
Hmm.
One work? One word.
work. Which work?
One
Hell's,
word?
hell's, how about hell's
I
bells?
like it.
Hell's bells.
Who said that? I didn't hear any of you say that, but somehow it just echoed down from
I
the
don't
sky.
know. It
Um,
was weird.
Wait,
Hell-
who?
Hellsbane, I can get on board with that. Hellsbane.
You said Hellsbane.
Yeah, I can get on board with that.
Yeah, I get on board with my idea.
Okay, good.
Write it down
That's-
before I have an aneurysm.
That's a shame. I really like the
Hell's
dangerous
Bane, okay.
dorks.
Is that what you're going with?
The hell.
If you can figure out what a dork is, I might consider it.
I mean,
We don't
Kibnaak
have-
knows what it is.
Kibnaak, what is a dork?
Well,
Kibnaak, tell us what a dork is.
Oh my lord.
well, a dork is someone who is, well, I mean,
Someone who's really cool, I believe.
yeah, essentially, yeah,
I
probably.
mean, we are pretty
Someone
cool.
who's like
We are
someone who's
heroic.
really amazing. And I
Theraden-
think we are pretty amazing.
Theraden has not stopped rubbing his temples this whole time.
I've got it. I've got it.
Rhea,
And I'm not even-
Rhea, who's been very silently following you guys this entire day.
Yeah, she should
I mean,
have.
not spoken
We-
a word.
We
kind
must
of-
be inspiring so much confidence in her.
She approaches. She approaches you guys, and almost looks like she's holding her tongue, like she doesn't want. She's deciding whether or not she wants to say this. Before she, in the middle of all you guys arguing, she kind of raises a hand, and you all notice, and she just says,
Point the quill at her. What's up?
"How about the Hell Riders?"
Oh.
Isn't that a copyrighted name?
What is a copyright?
I don't know.
There's no such thing as copyright in this world. or patents or anything like that.
Hell Riders.
I mean, that would be a recognizable name, I'm sure.
It rolls better off the tongue.
Than Hell's Bane.
Then Dangerous Dorks.
At least off my tongue. I
Well,
like
you have a beak, though, so...
there is a tongue inside.
I know, but...
You know what birds
I
are.
know
You
how
have
this
one.
works.
Had one. You
It's
had
okay.
a bird.
It-
I'm writing it down, and
Okay.
he's gonna go ahead and just start writing Hell Riders.
All right.
Put my glasses
All right,
back on.
Hell Riders it is. Welcome to the Pockmock Arena. I hope you put on a good show.
I'm going to go throw myself off a building that was way
Hell
higher than
Riders with
needed
a
to
Z.
be. With a Z!
Oh God.
No, I'm not
Just a
doing that.
result
I'm
of
just
Kleeck
doing
not knowing how to spell.
There's some
I
numbers
hate-
in there and add
Master
access
Kleeck,
to the.
I think that's not how you
button.
spell Hell Riders.
It's there. I look. It looks cooler with one L instead of two. It just does.
Hell Riders.
The Hell Riders.
Hell Riders. Hell sounds like another plane that
Mhm.
nobody knows of.
Like hell, like actual hell.
Like the Nine Hells?
Like the Nine
like
Hells.
one of the 9 hells.
Right.
Master Kleeck, I think you
Well, you
wrote
can-
Hell Riders. I don't think that's right.
Are we
Anyway.
good? Can we
We're
continue?
good, we're good.
I think we can.
Alright. The individual
Master
bows.
Kleeck knows
The
us to
individual bows towards you as the worker at the desk kind of just scribbles down some things and looks at you guys and just starts writing some more stuff. And the colorful individual goes like, "Oh, damn it! Where did I put it now?" All right. My name is Kebrin Reds. I'm the proprietor of this fine arena. You do not have to be here for the entire show if you do not wish, but you will be required to show up, I would say an hour before you're supposed to come on.
That's
Should
fair.
be just before sundown. Just to get you all prepared.
Are there any
Is there anything
rules
else?
we should be aware of?
There are no rules.
Okay.
It's a battle to the death. You either kill whatever you're fighting or it kills you.
Simple
Oh.
enough.
I am.
All your belongings are forfeit and go to the property of the city.
That's understandable.
So it'll be the sewers all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
What, but with less,
With less-
a little bit less moral quandary.
Mm-hmm. In this case, we just kill or be killed. Right, well,
See, what?
we'll be back here tomorrow then.
He just
So-
bows again. Take
So-
care. And
So y'all can
enjoy.
fight at the same time.
Oh yes, it is a. Your entire group will be battling
That's
at the
kind
same
of the
time.
point.
Well, it does sound very dangerous.
Well, yes.
Oh, I
That's-
assure you, it is.
That is also generally the point of the show. Yes.
Hmm.
We'll be fine.
Well,
All right.
shall we go back to the tavern for one last meal?
It was ominous, Omen Seeker.
Well, it
Oh yes, I'm
comes-
quite hungry. Let's go.
Comes with my title.
Yeah.
I'm joking. We're going to kick.
Surprised
whatever
none.
it
Of, I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm surprised none of you just said the Omen Seekers.
is. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Well, we're not. We're not Theraden's fan club.
We could be
Hey,
Omen
speak for
Seeker
yourself.
and the Kobolds.
That's a great band name.
the Kobold Seekers.
Kobold Seekers.
No.
No, we found them already.
We're Hell Riders, but with one L.
With one L.
Actually, is that what you want? Hell Riders with one L?
I hate it.
I think it would be funnier. I think
Do you
it's
want that
funnier
L?
if-
Do you want that L capitalized?
Oh.
So it's
No.
capital H,
Please, God,
lowercase e, capital L, and then
No.
Riders.
Oh no.
This is
Should have
Baldur's
gone with Hell's
Gate.
Bane. So
This
much
is
better.
this is Baldur's Gate, not Xbox Live. It's HEL Riders.
Space Riders or
No,
one word?
all one word.
All one word. Okay, Hell
I think I'd
Riders. Got
rather
it.
be a dork, to be honest with you.
All right.
I really like
Whatever
Danger
that
Dogs.
is.
And so
If-
the Hell
if-
Next
the,
time,
the
Gasz.
journey of the
Next
Hell Riders
time,
was born.
Danger Dorks.
If we
Right.
ever write a book of this or tell a story and have an audience, we could be the dorks in danger.
But for now,
We do have an audience of those people plus us.
But they, I mean, in the
I
future.
can only imagine how the people watching this on Twitch are feeling right now.
The future is now.
And chat,
That's-
what's
streaming.
I
up?
bet they're feeling great.
Or external.
oh, okay.
Okay, no more fourth wall.
Theraden's gonna wheel around and start just walking away.
Yeah.
How
to the
hard would it be
tavern.
to sneak in after dark and change
Oh.
the records
Oh my
to
fucking lord.
reflect a different name?
I can do that. I have a forgery kit.
All
Oh
of
my
you
god.
need to just calm down.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do here?
no.
I want
No,
Weatherstock.
no.
Is there
I
anything
wanna-
else you'd like to do today, or are you retiring back to the tavern for now?
I
But
haven't
actually, I would like to, even if I don't need them, I would like to check for goggles. Or
Okay.
sunglasses.
I mean, you can. If you're looking for something that like blocks out the sun from your eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, other than like a hood or a hat, you can get goggles, but they're not like shaded or anything like that. That kind of, they don't have that kind of technology
They don't have
yet. At least not
polarization yet.
there's no polarization yet. At least not readily available.
Yeah.
There might be some sort of magic item that could be made, but it's not something that's just you could just find.
I just want to find something.
I mean, you can find goggles, no problem. If you just want to find a pair of goggles.
No, I want something. Yeah, that's blocking the sun.
Yeah, there's nothing that can just be that easily found. It
Yeah.
likely something like that would have to be magical in nature.
Okay.
So you can inquire about it. Like if you want to go to Sorcerer Sundries, you can ask Rivelin about it. But he didn't have anything in stock.
Yeah. I mean, if there's still time, then I would like to go to the back to the shop and ask for it.
Okay.
Or about it.
Still open. It's probably before they close. You do arrive and you inquire with Rivelin about something that kind of lessens the effects of the sun on your eyes, and he simply goes, there might be something magical you could make like that, but I don't have anything on hand, unfortunately.
I mean, that's
And
alright.
I'm unfortunately not proficient enough in order to create many of the items I have. These are procured from me through contacts.
How much would that cost?
I have no idea. It doesn't sound like it'd be too difficult, so I can't imagine it'd be incredibly expensive, but I wouldn't know exactly.
Can you give me I mean, yeah, if it takes time to acquire it, can you give me a quote before you actually selling it?
We don't do that, unfortunately. We don't look for particular items for customers. It's just whatever I have on hand.
I see. Well, if you say it doesn't cost too much, I would order.
Relatively speaking, as far as magic items go, I mean.
Can you guess? Can you guess how much it?
I would say it would cost probably. It wouldn't be as expensive as some of the items that, let's say, your friend there, the big blue one, bought. Probably less than 1,000 gold. But I don't know how much.
I see.
I've heard of such things being used for. What are they called? Albinos. Some people with afflictions. Makes them sensitive to the sun. I've heard of them using it.
Kibnaak the Afflicted.
It's a good title.
Okay. I have to think about it. I might come back later again.
All right.
Alright,
Be seeing
thank
you. All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do today?
Theraden, upon returning, is going to go find that side room that we've been using, and in one corner he's going to sit down, flip open his ritual book, and start drawing the ritual circle for Find Familiar. And get all his incense set up, and all that good stuff.
An hour later, you have an owl.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah?
Can I ask, like, the innkeeper anything? What was the god? The god that Riva, the woman who's with us, what's her name again? Rhea. What was the god that she and the guy she's used to like hold in high regard, who turned out to be not so great?
Fabius Krieg was a follower of Torm.
Torm. That was the good one, right? Not the
yes,
devilish
one. Torm is the god of, if I recall, justice.
Justice and order.
Justice, loyalty, and something else. Let me go double check.
Okay.
I have way too many tabs open.
Consider duty, loyalty, righteousness, and after so duty, loyal, righteousness. True God. The brave, God of duty. Hand of righteousness.
Yes, he is the god of duty, loyalty, and righteousness.
Is there anywhere in town where there's like a church or like a gathering or some kind of a something related to that god?
To Torm? Most likely it's very possible there could be a location such as that in the city, as Torm is generally a pretty well-respected deity and oftentimes has temples, especially in larger cities.
Can he tell me the location of one?
I have to go and check, because I'm pretty sure I do know that there is one actually by name. I just have to go remember what it was. One sec.
Okay.
It's the problem with having a city that's so big.
Right.
I'll be back in a moment.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope.
Let's go down the list.
I'm just going through the list. Nope. Nope. No, let's do it this way. Seriously, come on. Maybe there isn't one, actually. I swear there is.
Which one of the tabs is it on?
It's either gonna be in the upper city or lower city of the Baldur's Gate Gazetteer.
Okay.
I'm looking through all of the I'm looking through all of them, but I think maybe there isn't, at least not one that's like actually named, so I probably just have to come up with it. I'm just double checking that there isn't. I'm almost through them all. Okay, doesn't look like there is. Shrine of Self-Rings, yeah, Elementor. Okay. Alright, so yes, Alan, the proprietor there at the Elfsong Tavern, says, I believe there is such a temple. It's in the upper city. Probably not too far from the High Hall, if I recall. I don't go there too often myself. But you try there.
I'm gonna approach Rhea and say,
She's once you guys got back to the tavern, she probably took a seat with the rest of you.
right. She's still kind of down in the dumps.
She looks like okay. She's just being quiet, though you've known for as long as you've known her, which is all of like 2 days now. She hasn't said much. She's not the most talkative type. She just has the same kind of stern look she's had since you kind of met her. She seems to have collected herself from this morning.
Okay. I take a look at her and I say, because we got some extra time now, just time to kill, right? I mean, we're just
Technically.
wait until the So I
You
want
have
to
the
look
rest
at
of you have the rest of today, which right now it's like late afternoon, getting close to evening, and then you
Okay.
have tomorrow until either late afternoon or evening, depending on if you're going to go see the shows or not.
Okay. I want to ask her, like, hey, interested in getting some fresh air, go on a walk or something?
If you're going, then I suppose we could.
And I kind of want to go over where that's located and see if I can find it. And I don't know how long it would take to get there, so it'd probably be awkward if I didn't.
Well,
say
it's
anything when I-
It's the other side of the city from where you guys are.
How long would that take? Is that way too far?
Like, I mean, it'd take you probably like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to get over there, and then 15, 20 minutes back.
Right. Okay.
So, up to you whether you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Who's going for a walk?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna ask the group. I'm gonna say, hey, anybody else want to join us for a little walk around town?
Because it wasn't what you were doing the entire day.
Yeah.
Theraden is not interested.
Rue really likes physical activity, so it's kind of her thing.
Theraden now basically has been just petting and talking to Aura the whole time since he got her back.
Kleeck is gonna pass and rent out one of those open rooms if they are still available.
There's only 2 rooms that are available, and one is rented out by, I think, Nor, and the other one is rented out by Theraden.
Hi.
Damn it. Okay, that's fine.
There are like other rooms, but they're not like, you can't stay in them. They're just like private seating areas.
Yeah, I just
So like
need...
so if you want to check one of the rooms to see if it's empty, you could.
Yeah.
Or you can ask Alan, see if he can provide you a space for if you need privacy for a moment.
Yeah, I need privacy for roughly an hour or 2.
Okay. Asking him, he kind of goes over to what is the Green Dragon room and looks into it, which is the seating area, that larger table seating area on the main floor. Looks inside, sees a few people, goes upstairs, checks one of the other rooms, and finds the smallest of them. Actually, no one was inside at the moment. And he simply says, yeah, you can use this for now. Here's the key. You can lock it. Just give it back. If you only need it for an hour or 2, it's fine.
Thank you so much. And I will go ahead and lock myself in the room and barricade the door.
Okay.
With myself if I have to.
Okay.
How much downtime do we have till nightfall?
Till nightfall, you probably only have like an hour or so.
Oh, okay.
Before it's like dark.
Why?
Like, I mean, like more like midnight.
Oh, you still got like a number of hours. 3, 4, or 5.
Okay.
I do have something I want to do, but it'd be more of a mid-evening, late-evening thing.
Yeah. Well,
but we can save that for next time.
Yes,
we want to
it is already past. It is already 4:15, so
Okay.
I will probably do so I can also like come up with a better name than just the generic Torm Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll probably do that next time. So
Okay. Cool.
I think I'm gonna call it here for now.
Yeah. We spent the
But,
entire day shopping and
Yeah, I had lots of good role play, lots of shopping, so it's fine.
Lots of shopping.
Got all that out of the way, so that
next time
that's done and over with. So next time we can do some other stuff.
I will have a nice new staff and armor next time.
Nor, are you coming with us on our walk?
Well, you'll have the armor, but you won't have the staff.
Won't have
yet.
the staff.
Because
That
that takes
takes
3
3
days.
days.
They said they
3
could get the
days.
armor. Yeah, they said the armor, they'll get it to you before you have to fight in the arena.
Okay. Who is going on your walk?
I was gonna go with Rhea. To
Yes, I will join you too.
Okay. And I want to try to be back before or like as night falls, so I'm hoping it won't take too long.
I haven't. Well, I'll message you, Rhos, about this.
Okay, maybe it could be something we do like a side RP on instead of taking up game time with. I don't
There
know.
you go.
Yeah. All right.
But
That's exactly what I was
either
thinking.
way, next Saturday is our next planned game, yeah? I think?
Yep, next Saturday.
Okie dokie.
Excellent.
Well, thank you everybody on Twitch for hanging out and listening to us prattle on about our dorks who happen to sometimes be in danger.
Except not today.
Not
because
today. Today
we
was not
went
that
clothes
dangerous.
shopping.
Yeah. Dangerous for my wallet
It was
because now I
dangerous.
have.
Well, I died.
You did
okay.
die.
Oh, that's true. There was a little bit of danger.
There
involved.
was some danger. None of us saw it.
Oh,
But
doesn't
yes.
make up danger.
Thanks for hanging out and watching. Appreciate you all, and hope to see you next Saturday. Bye bye.
On dorks in danger. Dorks in danger.
Just like that. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Boy.